I'm in Max. You are listening to Happy Jack's RPG Podcast. I'm in Max. Pursuing the RPG hobby with reckless abandon.
Why, hello. And I'm getting mics off. There, hello. It's Kinsugi. It's the L5R Saga of the Inukai Part 3.5.
Yep.
I'm Stu. I'm the GM. And we have players to my left.
Hi, I'm Jim.
Yay.
I'm playing Daidoji Mako, the Iron Crane.
Dojimako.
I'm Stork, and I'm playing Takashi, ex-crab.
Your mic's
crab
not on.
Bushi. Hiroma Bushi.
Oh,
now
it's
a crane.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm Stork playing Takashi, ex-crab Bushi, Hiroma Bushi clan, and now a crane. And I've got a sushi burrito.
Yes.
That Dave bought us.
Dave.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome.
All right. I'm Dave. I'm playing Ichiro, formerly of the Isawa family of the Phoenix clan, now happily ensconced upon the seat of the Futsuku Keep. Whatever seat I happen to find, because it's comfortable.
He's not particular.
Right. And I'm Kimmy. I'm playing Inukai Makiko, formerly of Kita Crab. Now I am a crane Bushi. And I want to kill Stork. But we're sort of not worrying about that right now.
She really is out to get everybody except him.
It's only a matter of time, bro.
I think so. It might be. We'll see.
What happened last time?
We succeeded.
We did.
For once, we had a successful outcome. We managed to remove the suspected lion's claw sword from the Mantis clan champion's Yojimbo and leave Mantis lands without anyone dying and without any of the things we spent so long planning to try and avoid. But we hitched a ride with the crab. They dropped us back off in Mitsubishi Toshi. We got home. Everything went great. I did nothing suspicious. Not even a little bit. I had awesome thoughts, but I didn't do any.
Right. You did nothing. You did nothing wrong.
Absolutely. Blah, 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 blah. They successfully oversaw the destruction of the sword and sent it off to crab lands.
Yeah.
Then our daimyo decided that our next target was the lion lands.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then we had a big discussion about how we didn't know if that was a great idea.
No, I feel like the discussion was about, this is a terrible idea, how do we do it anyway?
Yeah. Spot on.
Yeah. That's fair.
No, it is a terrible idea, but something we have to do
But
anyway.
we have to do it anyway.
Difficulties being
That's about
is
a
that
max I have for carbs.
Okay.
That is fantastic, though.
Yeah.
Sushi
Holy
burrito.
metric.
It's
It's not really a sushi burrito. It's just a really big sushi roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
gigantic hand roll. It's really good.
Man.
But, we're in the winter. There's currently a break in the war that the Lion are actually involved in. Since it is a time of war and it is winter, it's just going to be very difficult to try to break into that court.
Yeah.
So we have to come up with something really clever in order to be able to do that.
Yeah, and Lion are allies with Dragon right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about different ways to approach it, and we didn't come up with any good ones yet.
We were leaning.
Someone's scraping the microphone.
We were leaning on towards getting to lion through dragon, but then we asked the daimyo, who says no, he wants a lion. So
Yeah.
now that's we ended
I don't
it
think
with
you didn't actually ask.
no.
I think we did, but the answer was
Yeah.
we already have a team working in the Dragon Lands, the team working with alliances.
Well, I think you would have known that there's already a team working in Dragon Lands, but you did not ask him. I do not recall you guys actually going to him and saying, "Hey, you know what?"
I might just be remembering it's talking to Stu and not to our daimyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, why is
Actually.
Slack is not working. I have some things to send you guys.
Okay.
Oh, it's because my internet connection is not working.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong internet connection. I'm on the one I'm not supposed
Yeah.
to be on. Because I was uploading files earlier, and I like using the 100 by 100, which actually is more than that now.
Yeah, that's great.
It gave me a megabit up,
Nice.
over a megabit up, so they've upgraded it.
That's awesome. Thank you to all our wonderful Patreon supporters who help make our internet connection for streaming a good and not terrible like it used to be.
Oh my gosh.
We totally appreciate it.
And I was reading through some of the comments, and somebody actually put up a really good point about why they like the Happy Jacks actual plays a lot, in that they find them from the point of view of learning how to be a GM, that they really appreciated these podcasts more than any others, because we tend to role play a little bit more on the role play side, so they get a better idea of how it actually works on a regular table instead of just trying to put on a big show. So I thought that was really kind of a neat little comment.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. We are just too lazy to edit things, but there are a lot of people who
No editing.
yeah, there are a lot of people who actually really like that aspect, because you get like the pauses, like the awkward moments where like none of us can think of anything to say right now.
You get the true tabletop
Yeah.
feel. This is exactly what it is.
real life, man. No production, all real gaming.
When we are, derp, I am so smart, I do a thing. Man. Or I can't think of a thing to do.
Oh wait, I've been rolling wrong the entire game. Great, we've got to go back and re-record the whole thing now.
No. Nope, that's just how it is. No retconning. But we have sushi burritos.
Yeah. And we have the cat shrine to Ghost Dad.
Ghost Dad's already talking.
So, I just sent all of you, I'm going to assume that you guys had your discussions, it got late, so you all went to bed.
Yeah.
So this is what I just sent you is what transpires during the night.
Did you read it out loud for people on the
It's all
podcast?
different.
Oh.
Everyone's different, and I don't know what you're going to want to share.
Okay.
So,
wanna
I mean, what
have
we
a
can do is have people leave,
Cycle people out.
and have one person at a time.
Who's going first?
I'll go outside first.
Okay.
Where is this place? You live way over.
Oh, I live way over. 12 miles away.
Yes, it's way over. When I had to drive it 3 times in one day, it seemed like it was way over.
What did you drive?
Well, we all have to leave except for one, right?
Allie had
everybody has to go except one person.
Allie had a
So Jim,
party.
You go first. and we'll
Over
go
in
around
my
the table.
area?
yes, so I had to drop her off and then go back and pick her up, and then the birthday thing happened that same day, and that was in the
I
same
get it,
place.
I get
I
it.
was about 2 miles away from where the birthday party was. So I guess you're going first.
Okay.
Oh, wait for it.
Wait for it.
So I'm not really seeing any reason to not.
Well, yeah, yours is not as
Yeah.
nefarious as some of the other ones. Go ahead. You can go ahead and read it out loud.
All right,
for
sure.
The
So
folks
apparently,
listening.
my character has a dream during that evening, and the contents of the dream are as follows: I'm walking into a cave. It's cold and it's damp, in stark contrast to the dry, oppressive heat of summer. One figure sits with its back to me. In his hand is a curled blade. He whispers to himself, "They may find my brethren, but they shall never find me." He turns to face me, his visage pale, rotting and festering with black and green sores. He smiles, baring aged, rotten teeth. "Why pursue this folly, little samurai? The will of Jikoku is unending. You fight against the inevitability of nature itself." So that was spooky,
That's your dream.
and that is my dream. And well, actually, the dream is the dream fits in a lot of ways because he's going through a situation where there's a lot of uncertainty, and he's not really used to that.
Right.
You figure here's a guy whose life has been very regimented. He was sort of born into his role and accepted it openly. So he's used to his life being sort of like the stream of duty. Mm-hmm. And now he's in a situation where A, he's a complete fish out of water. B, he's attached to people that are questionable at best.
Right.
And he's been given this really kind of almost unimaginably difficult task of trying to keep these guys from dishonoring the clan, because what we're doing in a very basic sense is we're going and stealing stuff, which is a dishonorable act to begin with. So I think he would probably sort of just buy this off as his own insecurities attacking him in his dreams, because he, although likes to keep a very wooden and very implacable visage, he is really sort of scrambling to find meaning in what he's doing right now, and is not really finding much. And if it wasn't for the fact that he was so honor bound to do what his daimyo says, he'd want nothing to do with this entire situation.
Right.
To be honest with you.
Okay. Next, you want to go ahead and excuse yourself and send someone else in to do theirs?
Absolutely.
All right.
Be right back.
Take your sushi burrito with you. Yeah. Nom nom. Hi, people at home. I should turn the chat. Open the chat thing up. Are there people in the chat? Here comes someone else. I can get Stork. It's Stork. So you want to read your dream?
I do. I want to read my dream.
And this speech. There you go.
Okay. Tack's dream. You see a burnt temple. The smoke drifting up in tendrils from the ashes and coals of the once immaculate temple. You hear the voices of Seido?
Seido no Oni.
Seido no Oni, howling in the night air, trapped beneath rocks, ash, and earth. Okay, who is Seido no Oni?
You don't know. You know that.
But I know his name?
You know that's an Oni.
Yes.
And which is a demon.
Right.
Right, but you don't know why you know the name. You just know the name.
Do I recognize any markings from the temple? It can't just be a temple. It needs to be a temple to somebody.
Yeah, well, it I don't know if you would have been there, have ever gone there.
I have Shadowlands lore. Does that include things like temples and religions and such?
This is nowhere near the Shadowlands.
No, I understand, but I believe that Shadowlands lore is basically kind of an occult knowledge.
Yeah, well, that's why you would know that is the name of an Oni.
Okay.
Of some kind.
And what are the Seido Oni known for?
There's only
one. What is he known for?
You
want to make a Shadowlands lore roll?
Make that roll.
Kimmy has lore too, so at some point you may have to deal with that as well. It's 5, keep 3. Keep 3. And that 9 is off the table. It's a 7. So 10, 18.
18. Okay. That it is.
Sorry, 19.
The Oni is known for being precise and vicious. It's sort of an insectoid kind of creature.
You've
never faced it,
right? What's his MO usually? Is it does he eat children? Does he attack with swords? Is he
Well, they're all pretty evil. He dismembers is sort of his thing.
Okay.
Its thing, I should say.
So he's very Edgar Bug from Men in Black.
Oh yeah, it could be. Yeah, something like that.
So it sort of chops them up with his mantis claws. Mantis? Coincidence?
No.
Let's see. Do I have any more questions? So I don't recognize the temple. Are there colors at all, like blue, green, red, whatever? I just want to make a note of it in case I ever come across it again. I'll tell you what.
I don't remember. I'll answer that question when Dave comes in.
And I will tell you that I will make a note of whatever the colors of the temple are, so I can research it later.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have to ask Dave. So when Dave comes in, I'll have those answers.
Okay.
And Dave's next. Dave, you're next.
You got the most interesting one.
Did I? Oh. There we go. I actually turned the microphone on.
Let me just ask you, the temple where you guys took the first sword from Crane, was that the temple from your backstory?
Yeah, that's why.
What was that temple to? Do you remember?
I don't recall. Sorry, I didn't bring all my stuff from that last game.
Let me see if I have it in the thing. Go ahead. Go ahead and read the dream first.
Ichiro's dream. You ride upon a horse, white and beautiful. Ahead of you, you see the Kuni witch hunters. They have left the Asai Valley with the remains of your brethren. Kashikoi? That I don't recognize them.
No.
Okay. I'm glad I wasn't forgetting.
You don't recognize them.
At nightfall, when they camp to rest their beasts, you shall strike. Yeah. I don't know who that is, but it's creepy.
Okay.
But yeah.
I don't have any notes about that temple.
Okay. I don't recall what the temple was to. I just recalled that it was sort of the border between Lion and Crane.
Right.
Down there.
Okay. You want to send in
I shall.
Gimme is last, I think?
Yep.
Oh, according to the chat room, it was a lion temple. It was a lion monastery.
Yeah,
It was more in line. So just let him know it was. And if we don't know specifically what it is, just make it up. Stork. Let Stork know. Yeah.
All right, give me.
Hello.
You couldn't finish 1.5 giant.
No, I just finished one. I'm hungry, but God, those are very
there's
filling.
There's a lot of rice in that too.
Yeah, there is a lot of rice. And I didn't realize I've had sushi burritos before that just had the nori on the outside, so it's basically just a sushi roll that's not cut up.
Right.
So I didn't realize this one was going to have the rice and the breading on top of that.
Right.
That's a lot of stuff. I don't have anything from you.
I didn't. Did I forget to send it? Mm-hmm. Let me look. That was the first one I sent, I thought. Unless I accidentally sent it to someone else.
Possibly. Thank you all for listening to this riveting moment of Stu typing on his keyboard.
There you go.
Thank you.
Go ahead and read it out loud for the folks at home.
All right, I will. As soon as it gets
Did you
to
get
me.
it?
No, not yet. Why
Give
don't
it a
you
minute.
read-
It's going to space.
I know. Why don't you read it out loud?
No, you need it. Well, it's your dream, though.
Okay. Here, I'll read
You don't have it yet?
Hand it to me. No, I don't have it yet. It's going to space.
You've got it by now.
No, I don't have it yet. Give it to me. Just hand me your computer.
Can you read it from there?
Yes, I can. Mikiko's dream. You cannot see and you cannot hear, but whispers of the brave lion samurai about you. You know your name to be you have to say that name. Soyosa.
Soyosa.
The blade.
Soyosa.
Yeah. The blade of the shattering strike. You are forged along with your 4 brethren. Saito, the blade of precise strike. Kashikoi, the blade of immoral advice.
Immoral advice.
Immoral advice. Rikan, the blade of inspiring leadership. And the wily and powerful Chijunichi, the dew claw.
Chijuinochi.
There you go. Thanks. You can feel your owner, your prey, holding you with a covetous grip. And you can sense your tendrils of influence entering the Bushi's will, perverting it, bending it to the will of Jingoku. He is a strong warrior and was honorable once. You have meticulously taught him the spell to bring the mighty lion Oni into the mortal world to hunt the foes of the lion's claws. It shall feast upon the ones here, and then it shall hunt the others. Your father's voice awakens you, chastising you for having such heretical dreams. Wait. So, the blade of the shattering strike. Okay, interesting.
Any reactions before we bring them back in?
Interesting. I never really thought about like the different personalities each sword might have. I mean, it made sense because there's like the evil spirits in them.
Right.
But that's a neat kind of addition to that. And it's cool that we like have an idea of what like the goal of the swords is. It's not just corruption. There's an actual end game.
Right.
Fascinating. Interesting. Gosh, dang it, Dad. Why do you always interrupt at the good parts?
I knew you'd like that.
I know. That's very good.
The truly useful information, no.
No. Okay.
You can go back in! Are
Okay.
they outside or are they in the house?
They're outside. I'll go get them.
Again!
Be interesting, Stu.
Is that you guys?
Yeah, you can
Your
come in.
neighbors are shouting across the way too. And we were like, "The neighbors? Is that them?"
Ghost Dad says, how dare you inflate your sense of worth like that? Grand dreams are fine, but remember your place in the world, daughter, lest you fall from pride. Thanks, Dad.
In answer to your creepy.
My thing, yeah.
Your creepy dream, your ghost dad doesn't even support that.
That is not cool.
Yeah.
That your dad can just. Oh. It's not cool that your dad is watching in on dreams. Way not cool.
Needs some boundaries. Dad needs to learn some boundaries.
Yeah.
Isn't that a problem with parents all the time?
Yeah.
Boundaries, parents. Boundaries.
He needs to lead by example and not just by shouting, I think.
Okay, so in the morning when you wake to the pitter-patting sound of rain. Is sort of one of the early signs of sort of the waning of winter. As the snow stops and then rain starts, and it starts sort of spoiling that lovely blanket of snow that kind of sits across the valley. It turns into mush with patches of mud and stuff.
Yeah.
And that whole thing has started, and each of you receives a messenger saying that the daimyo would like to see you at an appointed hour in an hour and a half or a couple hours.
Ghost Dad also says, oh, and about that dream of the crab Bushi boy who helped bring that blade into Crane Lands.
That's what I'm talking about.
Out of my head,
That's
Dad.
not okay.
Out of my head.
Mm.
He was cute, and he was good at his job.
You did honorable things. It was
Yeah.
Cute.
Just as a point of order out of character, geographically, are the lion clans more summery? Do they have less harsh winters than, say, where the Crane are?
All of Rokugan is pretty locked in snow and ice during the winter. They're actually more northern,
Isn't
so
it
it's
worse?
probably
So
it's
worse.
worse, okay.
Yeah.
Because it is, like, Crane is one of the most, and Mantis are some of the more temperate areas.
Okay.
Assuming north on the Rokugan map is the top of the map. That's the
If
assumption.
you go south far enough, it gets cold too.
That's true. Right.
Assuming it spans the whole globe.
Right.
Rokugan could be like New Zealand.
That's true, yeah.
Actually, a very interesting point. I bet there's a whole bunch of people who've, like, filled out the rest of the world. That'd be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole wiki out there, yeah. It's crazy. And because the maps have changed in every edition and then added onto and
And
taken
they're
away.
never great.
No.
Yeah.
They're never great.
Oh, when they did actually a role-playing game for the Burning Sands, which is the sort of Middle Eastern / European part of this world, and it all basically goes west of Rokugan. It's all west and north of Rokugan, and
got your
that makes
Slack.
the main continent that whole
I just
thing
got your
is.
Slack.
Oh,
Just
did
now.
you? Okay.
Just how it popped up.
Okay. So in like 2 hours, Ueda-sama wants to see you all.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to spend the time pressing my robes.
Okay.
I spend the time having my robes pressed. That's not something I do myself.
If you want that right.
I'm going to go to the archives and ask around or look up what the colors of that temple
Okay.
were, and now I realize they're lion.
Yeah.
And that should take like an hour, and then I
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything before we'll fast forward to the
I'm going to
meeting?
do, like, just a cleansing ritual
Okay.
after that dream and the guilt trip from my dad,
All right.
just to make sure that it's not because I carried that sword all the way again.
That's how they get you.
Trying to get you.
If anybody knows.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He knows from no one. All right. So we'll go ahead and fast forward then. No one else had any
Yeah.
preparations to make?
No.
Okay. All right. Oedo is there, and he's a couple of his advisors are there as well.
Okay.
And He said, he tells you, I have the letters from those who previously went to the Lionlands. And he presents them to you. I can slack them to someone if someone wants to read them.
Sure.
I didn't actually make...
I'll read it if you want. If you
I'll
want
go ahead and read it.
Show it to me, because since my Slack is like way behind.
Well, let's see how fast it goes. Is it there yet? Is it there yet?
Nope.
Is it there yet?
No.
Is it there yet?
No.
What the
Is it
heck?
there yet?
No.
Is it there yet?
My Slack is really slow.
It's
Oh, there it is.
It's slacking.
Oh god, there's a lot of text. Okay.
I'll send them to all of
Honorable-
you, just so you can all look at them.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, these are all different letters?
There were
There's
three letters.
Okay. Honorable Uedo-sama, we have arrived in Lion Lands at Shiro Akodo. As your wise counsel has proved out, the Lion are openly hostile toward all Crane, especially as it seems those associated with the Asahina family. They have remained courteous during court, but we are constantly challenged for every slightest perceived slight, though we are being quite cautious. Your servant, Kido. Honorable Uedo-sama, it is my honor to report that Kido-san has given his life in a rightful duel against the Yojimbo to Ikoma Murasaki. I'm worse with these names. Akado Itami. Murasaki-sama told foul tales of Inukai ancestry, accusing our honorable family of being descendants of Maho Sukai. Kido-san answered this accusation with a challenge, which was accepted by Murasaki-sama's Yojimbo. Itame-san is a formidable swordsman, and she struck Kido-san dead in a single blow. We have not yet found the blade, but its influence is apparent. Your servant, Otome. Honorable Uedo-sama, forgive this brief message, but I have little time to write it and find a messenger. The Crane compound, where we were giving lodgings, has been attacked by a creature. Otome fell to this creature, leaving me alone and on the run. The creature, which Otome maintained was likely an oni, looked like a lion with steaming eyes, but it is very large, its shoulders being nearly the height of 2 humans. It rampaged through the Crane compound, seemingly searching through for our quarters. I am writing this now in a small farming village, and the thing hunts me still. The farmer who took me in promised my note would make it to your honorable self. Your servant, Emoto.
Dang. Hot shit. Huh. I would assume that an attack of that nature would not go unnoticed by everyone in the Lion Court.
Certainly.
Well, the influence of the swords there must be immense. The fact that an oni can take shape and openly attack.
It can't have gone unnoticed by anybody. It had to have been a...
Which makes the rest of the Lion Court complicit in things, unless they were actively trying to hunt down this creature also.
Or as part of political maneuvering, they could say that the Crane brought this Oni with them and lost control of it and are totally blaming us for the entire incident, which is highly likely. But it could give us a foot in the door saying that we're there to retrieve the belongings of those who were slain in that attack and bring them back to Crane Lands, which would be a totally acceptable reason to be there and to maybe investigate the Oni attack all the way around and provide assistance. I mean, that would be an easy way in. We'll probably be treated like crap when we get there.
Are we in front of the...
You are in front of the daimyo, yes.
Sama, is it perhaps at a point where we should summon the crab and ask the crab armies to take on this creature? If there are Oni past the wall, is it beyond what the Crane can be responsible for?
I could send word to a few contacts I have in the crab clan. certainly, if my claim is taken seriously, they would sense it.
At least dispatch a witch hunter at the very least.
I don't.
Where are the crablands relative to the lion lands and where we're at?
They're west of where you guys are.
Yeah, I think
And
they're
lion
right
are north,
next
right?
to- yeah.
I'm using the 4th edition map. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen the 4th edition map.
Yeah.
The back of the book. Yeah.
Because crane and lion
It's actually in the front of the book, too.
are
It's
right
in
next
both.
to each other. Yeah.
So, crane is here.
Or
The-
crane
there-
and crab, I mean. Yeah.
Crane's here, crab's over here, there's the wall.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Lion is here.
The dragon should be to the west there, I think. Right in the Phoenix should be.
No, dragon's up here now.
Okay.
And then unicorn, SC.
All right, dragon.
Scorpion?
Lion.
Scorpion. And then mantas are down here.
The Phoenix should be way up there.
And then those are phoenix. Yeah. But I've noticed they do move stuff around.
They do.
Maybe this massive earthquakes.
Could be.
No, not another one, Martha. We're going to end up in the ocean.
Godzilla attacks and all that crap.
It's like I Love Lucy, where the train goes by and the bed moves from one wall to another.
Now there's totally a vision in my head of Lucy and Ricky Ricardo as peasants. Like, because they keep going right through the wallpaper.
Right.
You can tell that my character doesn't feel like he has a lot to offer since he's with a couple of people that are at least formerly from the Crab Clan, and he doesn't know jack at all about Shadowlands guys. So he's sort of like sitting here waiting for you guys to say intelligent things that he doesn't have any.
Yeah.
My fear in seeking outside help is going to muddy the problem of dealing with these swords even further. Like, the more people that get involved, the more people get endangered by this problem.
Celestial order functions because the will of the kami places people in the place that they need to be to fulfill destiny. And the structure of this culture has basically been the crab combat the Shadowlands, and that is their strength, and that is their place in the celestial order. I totally agree with your assessment that perhaps they would be better equipped to deal with something like this.
Yes. I mean,
It has to be presented delicately, because if they are seen as to blame or shirking their duty that Oni are running loose, it could be even worse than them not knowing at all. If they take offense, and then they could come in and just take over. And I'm not entirely sure that Crab is not tainted.
And I'm also of the opinion that perhaps our haste could be something that we might want to concentrate on, because these problems tend to only get worse with the passage of time. And we are the ones that are currently in the best position to react to it right now. And maybe follow-up word to the crab for backup later would be prudent, but frankly, the situation needs to be dealt with right away. If there are Oni running randomly throughout Rokugan, and we're the only ones that really know what's going on and what the root cause of it is, then it falls upon us to act.
I agree with that.
If this letter is to be believed, it's possible that the Lion capital is a smoking ruin.
It's possible, depending on... I know nothing about the power and breadth and width of the power of these creatures. You know far better than I, but I have been taught to be cautious of them and to be very aware of their incredible power.
I doubt the capital is a smoking ruin. If the descriptions here are to be believed, it seems like the Oni was acting in a very planned and contrived manner. It was after something specific.
It had a
Whether,
purpose.
Yeah, a purpose. It was not there to simply cause destruction. It was seeking these particular crane out, and either to discredit them, or to kill them. It had a purpose. If it was pure destruction, it would not have gone to what is undoubtedly a very small section of the Lion Palace to attack Crane.
And if our agent was indeed hidden in a farmhouse outside of the main capital, and this Oni was making a beeline towards him,
Indeed.
one would think that the capital was not part of the Oni's agenda.
Indeed. I think you were right, though, that time is of the essence, and we should, while we reach out to Crab, we should make haste and go ourselves as well. I do think that sorry, Shirk, what's your character's name?
Takashi.
Takashi, thank you. I do think Takashi-san has a point about the possible corruption of Crab. We can't just reach out to anyone. But I do believe, again, my character would remember her name, but I don't remember her name. The lady who on the boat who gave us a ride.
The
With the
Yasuki
cute
chick.
Bushi son. It's totally 100% not part of my motivation for reaching out to them. Maybe.
Hey, man.
Yasuki Obane.
Yes. Yusuke Obane-san, I believe, is trustworthy, as is her son. They gave their lives to help us retrieve the Lion's Claw from the Mantis lands, and were stalwart in their purpose enough, after having lost one son, to send her other son to make sure that the deed was completed.
Very well. I will send her a message.
I'm grumpy face about it, but I don't say anything.
Would it be possible that perhaps whoever bears the sword in Lion Lands has figured out a way to release the spirit?
It's possible. My Shugenjas say that is a possibility.
Some kind of a deal. I'll let you out if you go do this, and this before you return.
Or perhaps the bearer is compelled to release the Oni.
Or perhaps the bearer transforms into the Oni.
The description did say that Oni was lion-like. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't... Do I know of any Oni that are lion-like from my Shadowlands lore?
Well, you made the Shadowlands roll, and he had heard of this one.
Okay. Does it have a name?
Yeah.
Is it the same one?
No. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the other.
It's Oni no Carlos.
You can make a Shadowlands lore information notice check. You keep 3 or 2? 3?
Double check.
5
I think
keep
it's
3?
2. Lore is 5 keep 3.
That's
Right.
nice.
So I'm
10
going
and
to keep
7.
that 10.
Yeah,
And a
nice.
Keep that 7. I'm going to keep that 9. I'm going to re-roll that 10. So what is that now? It's 19, 26.
So that's 31.
31.
Not bad. That's actually really good.
True to form, when it doesn't matter that much, Stork handles it.
Right. There is an Oni that you've heard legends of called the Tsuyosa no Oni.
Oni no Suyosa.
Oni no Tsuyo.
Can you just slack it to me? So this is going to take me a while to...
Or, go ahead.
No, I'm going to slack it. It's going to take a lot less time if I just slack it to you.
Okay.
So copy. Stork.
This episode brought to you by Slack.
Yeah. It
There it
may
is.
sound strange, but I think I know where the Oni came from. I had a very strange dream last night about the swords. and the sword was teaching a samurai how to summon a lion oni with a spell. And at first I thought it was just that I've been thinking of the sword so often. But now that this has come to pass, I hate the look on your face, Dave. Damn it.
I'm annoyed at more than just you.
I know. No, I know. It's totally Stu. And none of us knowing.
What did I do?
I figured things out. My character's not smart enough to figure things out, but I figured things out. But still, a dream of the swords, eh?
He said with surprise.
No, not a good idea to have other people carry it around for a while.
We're all still standing in front of our Lord Master,
Sitting,
right?
yes.
Sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only thing we can do is best possible speed to the name of the keep that you just mentioned. The Lion territory. We have to take we don't have time to write and contrive a giant excuse for why we're there. Like, we need to get there.
Well, I think that the contrivance has already been made for us.
Right. But I mean, we had all kinds of other plans about trying to find Imperial connections to get in, all that stuff, but that's all
out the door.
Gone to the wayside by now.
This time, I think we just start packing up our crap. And I humbly request the daimyo write a letter for us to take with us as a letter of introduction, saying that we're there to pick up the personal effects of the slain crane.
A letter of passage. So any high-ranking samurai we run into, we could at least show them Imperial signs saying we're on Imperial
we have
business.
honest business here. Yeah.
We must be on our very, very best behavior. Any slight will get a challenge, as we heard from those letters. Perhaps some of us shouldn't talk at all.
I don't even think it's going to be a slight. I think somebody's just going to attack us and claim it later. It's going to be rough traveling.
Well, yeah, we're going to be in danger every moment of this entire journey, but that is the nature of being a samurai.
That's what we do.
I believe that if the rest of my dream is accurate, the sword is with a bushi, a lion bushi.
Bushi is being trained to cast spells.
Well, the sword is corrupted and the sword is teaching the spells. So that will at least narrow the search a bit.
So, just as a point of clarification with you, Stu, what is your call on that? Is somebody born with the innate ability to manipulate the elements, or is it a taught?
I'm assuming it's both. You probably have some sort of talent for it, and then you have to be trained.
And also, if you have the sword can...
Right.
It's a strong,
Midi-chlorian.
it's a
Yeah.
strong
But that's
moment.
regular Shugenja magic. As far as Maho...
Beverages? Beverages?
Diet
Actually,
Coke, please.
Diet Coke?
Yeah,
Diet
let's
Coke
not-
as well.
Orange
Actually.
whip?
Oh, Diet Coke. 3 orange whips.
We're taking the super casual thing really seriously today. I'm just pointing that out to everybody.
What?
Where the normal gaming table thing is going really hardcore today.
Yeah.
Do I get one too?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
He's only got 2 arms, man. He's not.
You
trained
see the
weight
size of
cut.
his hands.
So I mean that was my thought on it, is that it's like normal, like the normal prayer with the kami is something you have to have a born ability, but like the Shadowlands magic, once you fucking
Yeah, Maho changes all the rules.
it's like, then he give you the power.
Power of voodoo.
Voodoo?
Voodoo.
That's probably our only advantage. If the sword wants him to use magic and he's still learning how, he might not be
If he only
expert as
the only spell he knows is summoning kick-ass Oni, it's good enough.
Yeah.
that's something, but at least he's not also shooting lasers out of his eyes.
Sure.
All he can do is launch nuclear bombs.
Yeah. No problem.
But at least then he's not also marching tanks across the border. So
That's true.
we'll take what we can get.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing by the archives on our way to packing,
Okay.
and I want to see if they have any information on the 5 most powerful Oni. If there's any legends about them and their names. I know we're in Crane Land.
That's the problem. You're not gonna.
There are archives.
I will let you go ahead. Do you have? Is there like a research skill or anything like
I
that?
believe there is something.
I don't have it if there is. All I have is lore Shadowlands.
So it doesn't actually matter if there's a skill. Cause
That's from your own.
Doesn't have
Your
it.
own
Well, there's
recollection.
investigation.
Investigation. That sounds like that would work.
I don't have it.
Okay, we'll make a default roll.
What's the default roll? What's
Probably
investigation is?
probably intelligence,
Most likely.
Investigation is perception.
perception,
There you
So
go.
2. 2 keep what?
two,
Two.
and the
And
10's
tens.
high
And the 10s don't explode.
because you're. I mean, if you were in like crab archives, it'd be like, oh yeah, it's right here. But
Yeah, we keep a tally board over here.
13.
So close, but yet so far.
Oni or demons. That's what the Crane archives have about. Stay away from them.
Little
There
Reader's
are big
Digest.
ones and little ones. There are scarier ones than others.
Okay. So he said, I will have horses and provisions prepared for you to leave at noon, at the midday.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I basically do allow. He's daimyo of a family. I do allow.
Okay.
What's I'm sorry, Kimmy. What's your character's name?
Makiko.
Mikiko.
It's only been a week. I don't know why. Like,
I know,
I
all
could
of
remember
us.
like that giant month. I remembered your name, and then like 1 week, I'm like, it's because I didn't give her my signal sign. So.
Mikiko. I think we should go buy some jade, and I will spend our time traveling to shape it to replace some of the parts of your armor that have been taken by the taint. I think you chose wisely in carrying it, but I think your armor has suffered, and I'm not sure it can take more.
Indeed.
I'm not an armorer, but I can probably fashion plates that will fit and replace some of the darkened ones.
Yeah, the jade on the front of your armor is like black tar.
yeah.
It's like running, not running, but like
Yeah.
And if my dreams are true, you will need as much protection as you can muster. So I will do what I can, but I think it's important that you have as much jade on you as you can.
Well, thank
you
you.
having weird dreams about the swords too?
Haven't we all?
No.
I want to pray at.
Side eye, like total side eye.
If there's an ancestral shrine here, I want to pray to my ancestors
Okay.
and center myself before the journey.
There's the daimyo has a garden in the back, and there's little temples to ancestors and all those.
Sweet. Oh, Shinsei, please allow me the ability to not suck in the next few weeks. I need to be super awesome and cool. Thank you.
I am no armorer, Mikiko, but I can fashion plates that will fit, and then if and when we survive this, you can have them replaced by someone more skilled than I.
I have a question. Once it's black like that, is it also now corrupted? Can it, or did it like absorb
It's absorbing corruption, but it's not.
So it's not
it's not
dangerous
corrupted.
to have.
Yeah,
Okay.
it absorbs and nullifies corruption, but it can only do so much
Yeah.
before it falls apart.
It's like a coffee filter.
It might also
Yes.
be wise to maybe make a sheath that is covered in jade that would help.
Indeed.
Also help.
Oh, that is a really good
Well, if
idea.
you'd like to fashion replacement pieces, I would appreciate that. The
I'll do what I
armor,
can.
the armor has been in my family for many generations.
It is a magnificent work of art, and
I'd rather you not pull it apart, but if you'd like to make new pieces, I'd appreciate that.
I am concerned for all of our safety if the armor fails, because I think you made the right decision. I will also work on a scabbard to carry the sword, because that should help mitigate some of the taint.
That would.
How much
It's a wise choice.
jade could we possibly find? Just
I don't know. That was my next question.
about.
What do they principally do in this?
Farm.
We may have to beg of our daimyo for sections of jade. It is very valuable, right?
It's
yeah.
pretty valuable.
Oh
yes.
yeah. Say in the card game, jade mines are actually a money resource that you would sell to make money.
Well, we will get what we can. And
Do you think it wise that I make a scabbard first, and then anything left over I will try to fashion patches for your armor?
indeed. Although
Making a scabbard would
to
be
line a box.
making a scabbard would be easier and cheaper because it only takes a couple of pieces and strips down the length of the scabbard. Fashioning large plates of jade is more expensive and takes more time.
Well, I
perhaps
was saying instead of a scabbard, just a box. Like, you know.
A scabbard is easier to carry. A scabbard is easier. I know how to make a scabbard. I'm not very good at making boxes.
perhaps we could just make a chain of jade and wrap it around whatever item needed to be protected at the time.
Depends on how much jade we can get. That is a good idea. I will see what our resources are, and I will bring it to you. We can talk about it.
Indeed.
You have a long ride. That's a lot of whittling time.
I have the jade left over from when we were going to make the other sword. I can start with that. I already made parts of it for a wakizashi, but it can be repurposed. We could talk to the daimyo about getting more jade. I don't know who or where.
Isn't he sitting right here still with us?
No, I thought we made.
I thought we made out.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I was
actually
thinking-
we left.
Okay. I was like,
I can go ask.
indeed. It's a reasonable request.
Yes.
And we've proven ourselves with 2 swords so far. So
Yeah. Now we're the A team so far when it comes to this crap.
Yeah.
Everybody else just goes and dies. We've come back twice, so.
Even if it's like, I can just see like World War II, they had rubber drives where everybody had to like bring in their rubber
Yeah.
and stuff for the war effort. It's like a jade drive where everybody's to bring in their jade jewelry for the war effort.
I remember once we had a very similar storyline with a corrupted weapon, and what we did is we basically impaled the dude with the weapon and then cast Tomb of Jade on him. So basically it was a statue of this dude is jade with this sword sticking out of him. And slowly the jade statue started turning black as it started seeping out all of the corruption from the sword. It was actually kind of neat.
All right.
Well, I'll go inquire as to what jade resources we can lay hands upon.
Okay. Oh, you can talk to like one of the advisors
Yeah.
or whatever. They have some, and it takes you into a back storeroom, and they have like a thing with small little. It's like a box with little sections in it
Line, yeah.
with different little pieces, and then.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Close the lid and pick it up.
Take the whole thing with you, okay?
Resolve.
It doesn't stop you though.
Yeah. Suck it.
And then I'll come back with this like gem collector box. That's what they had.
If you have any spare time, maybe make some jade arrowheads. That would be also great.
I will try to utilize every scrap of this. Even if we have to glue bits of jade onto an arrowhead, that would be better than
nothing.
yes. Even splinters of jade, as long as it's on an arrow, would do the job. I seem to remember there was a group of people on the wall that's what they did because
Yeah.
jade is such a valuable resource.
They would have jade powder with resin, and you dip your
It
arrow
doesn't
in
take
it.
much. Even a splinter doesn't take much.
It's just anathema to them.
Has the daimyo like scholars in the court, people who he's had help him research the lion's claws at all?
Some of the Shugenja have been doing some of that work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to one of them.
Okay. All right.
I brought some sake.
It's okay.
I only do sake and bombs.
That can be arranged.
No. That's why we have this awesome waterproof tabletop, actually, for the sake bomb night. It's like, we're going to have to prepare for that.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you. Ooh, that's
I'll
definitely
take the one with abs. Oh, that one has abs. That's super fine. I'll take that one. I don't know why, because I'm not drinking any, but I want it.
You can produce abs.
It's Wonder Woman colors too.
Yeah.
Toshi. Inukai Toshi.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Thanks.
Toshi-san, I'm here
Oh, you had it.
to ask you about a dream I had, and also to see the truth of it, if it is accurate, and whether it can be relied on to inform our decision. I had a dream where I saw a samurai with a sword, and I believe the sword's name was Tsuyosa. Tsuyosa, yes. Do we know the names of the swords or the beings in them?
There were descriptions that we have been able to acquire. Tsuyosa means to shatter.
Yes.
This, I believe, was one of the descriptors.
I also know the names of the other swords. Do we have the names of the other swords?
We know of one called the Dew Claw.
Yes. Chijun Nurochi. I say that right
Yeah.
as a character.
Chijun Nochi.
Okay.
Chijun Nochi.
That's what I said.
Chijun
Perfectly.
Nochi.
Exactly.
Chijun Nochi. Chijun Nochi.
Just say it fast and grumbly, and you're good.
And put the accent on the first syllable.
There you go.
Chijun Nochi.
Yeah. All right. And I also dreamed of Saito and Kashikoi and Rikan as well.
You had a dream, and these were the names of...
The swords in the dream.
There is... the names you are giving are consistent with the rumors we have about them. Raycon was the sword of the inspired leader.
Yes. Do we know, with the descriptions that you have collected, do we know which of the swords have been destroyed already? Which ones did we bring back and destroy?
I do not know.
Right.
I do not know. I don't think we've seen them working, or seen them doing what they do. Certainly the sword from Crane, you wouldn't have witnessed any of its abilities.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know if there may have been markings of some type.
There are markings.
Oh. Well, I've seen both of the swords. Do you have drawings of the markings? I may be able to identify which ones have been destroyed already.
It shows you markings.
Oh, look at that. Which ones?
And I'll tell you right now. This was the Crane sword.
This, okay.
Seido.
Saito, the sword of precise strike. I should probably write this down. I feel like this is important. And
Kashikoi.
Kashukoi, the sword of dispassionate advice. Okay.
I wouldn't bother writing down the little kanji characters.
No, I'm not going to do that.
They're actually quite fiddly.
They are, yes.
Especially look at that guy right there. Look at the lot of lines.
I used to teach that in my class, though, when I was teaching about
Do you?
feudal Japan. When I was teaching 7th grade, that's part of the curriculum. And like we got brushes and we do the whole thing. It's very cool.
Nice.
Do you cover
Writing the names of Oni blades.
the like
No,
the
no.
what is it called? I can't remember the name of it. The not a Reformation. They had a name for the something
Meiji Restoration.
Meiji Restoration. Do you talk about that?
No, it's all feudal Japan.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they do that, I think, later, but...
That's like in like a decade or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, no. That's later.
They went from that to being a great power.
Yeah, I think that's in like high school, because that's generally when like the war. We did medieval stuff in 7th grade. It was fucking cool. All right. Interesting. Okay. Let me think real quick if I have any more.
Damn shame. Damn shame.
But
All right. Nope, I have
I'm packing.
no more questions.
oh, he's got questions. He wants to know
Oh yeah, no, I'm happy to
what
share.
you know. And you basically sort of fill in the holes in each other's.
Yeah. Yeah, you fill in it. I can do it from here. It's giant text. Yeah, no, I'm happy to share everything about my dream with him.
Okay.
I do not say anything to him. Oh, how close is he to the daimyo?
He's one of his advisors.
Okay, so was he there with our discussion about? Wait.
Okay.
Was he there with our discussion about the in reading the letters?
Yeah, he probably was.
Okay, then I'll talk about that too. Then.
Okay.
And the other one was this sort of precise strike. That one, Saido.
Saido.
Okay, Saido.
Seido.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
Which one of those was the dew claw?
You're just asking me that because you want me to say the name again. Because
No, I'm not,
the hardest
actually.
name.
I'm not actually.
Chijuinochi.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the one the crane had, was the dew claw?
No, they had the one precise
The
strike.
Yeah,
precise
they
strike.
had Saido.
Okay.
They had the IG2 dual one. That's what it sounds like.
And Dave just stormed out.
Yep, he did.
Yep, that's it. He's sick of everybody's abuse.
There's only one reason he goes that way.
Yeah, shady.
We gotta
shady
appreciate that.
Shugenda.
Yes.
He's following the rules.
See, I use that bathroom all the time because I have this weird paranoia about people hearing me pee on the podcast. Like somehow it's magically going to be heard. through
Maybe
the
that's
door.
because in the past we've actually mic'd Stork peeing.
that may very well.
You
yeah.
didn't know that? You go in there and it's like you went in there to pee for a regular podcast, and I don't remember who was on. Might have been Dave. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's going to be in there for a long time. When Stork has to go pee, he pees for a long time. And I took one of the mics and put it. I don't think you could hear anything though.
No, it's awful. Oh my god,
Just terrified.
my
her.
paranoia is now. Oh my god.
Then I just installed a condenser mic in the bathroom, and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Creepy pee cam.
No, use the house. That's awful. You're such full shit. All right.
Those
Right, I'm
that's
gonna-
our, like third or fourth season.
Yeah.
He was. We timed it. He was
Just
gone
because
for
it
like 50
happened a
minutes.
long time ago doesn't make it any better.
We've grown as a podcast since then. I will actually.
That particular
100%
skill
on
runs in
that.
the family, by the way.
Was it really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm 100% going to say that we have grown miles and miles since that time. Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to. Yeah. I think that's all I want to do before we go.
Your research was much better than mine.
I'm glad you did yours first, though, because I sort of metagamed it. I'm like, oh, so I'm not going to go to the library because I'm not a library type girl at all.
But actually, you kind of learned what kind of Oni we're looking
Yeah, that's
at
super
by
important.
name, and then it'll be easier for us to try to pick up something else on it later. So.
I also had a little bit of an advantage with my dream because I knew exactly what I was looking for. So, but it's good to know that it wasn't just a weird. I mean, it was weird, but not like a bullshit dream. Like there's actual information in that. Whether it was sent by corruption.
Now,
or
if there was a
not.
bear Oni, then we know that it would be a complete, total red herring. Are we stalling for Dave? Are we
No.
waiting on Dave?
Well,
You can keep going.
you're
Okay.
probably able to replace some of the fingers of Jade in her armor.
Oh, no,
Okay.
I'm actually going to have him do a new piece because that piece is like historical to my family. So if I can
Well,
get-
I'm assuming the Jade fingers are. There's probably like little fittings or something.
But you have to understand also that these ancestral suits of armor, they are constantly repaired.
Oh, they are?
and
Oh.
all the time.
Oh, okay.
Because the thing is, they're not showpieces. They're actual, especially crab armor.
true. That's
That's
true.
armor that sees combat and
Okay.
sees all. And the way that it's done is just bunch of little strips of stuff strapped together with leather or cloth.
It would be plates
so basically
over
it's just
splint.
untie, set aside each individual piece,
Copy.
remove the pieces that are broken, and replace the ones very gingerly.
All right.
But I'm assuming the jade is probably there's like
No,
fittings.
they're
for
basically
the
they're
jade.
tiles probably made of
Yeah,
jade that are
exactly.
tied into it.
Right.
Because all of it is basically just straps of wicker and
It would have been
rattan.
split nail. It would have been wicker
It's-
nail, and then
yeah.
you would put
That's
plates of jade
laced
over that
together,
Yeah.
literally by
Like
shoelaces.
warm though. It's like my ceremonial family armor.
Right.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I want him to touch it.
Because he's a jerk face and killed
Because
your
he
dad.
killed my dad.
Right now it's got black tar all over the front.
Right.
You could always just
Alright.
leave the armor here and have one of the
Nah.
artisans here just
I'm gonna.
rework
It'll
it.
be all right. Like my crab sensibility is going to win out. It's better to have armor even touched by
Practical,
that guy.
practical,
It's better
practical,
to have his
practical.
cooties than bad jade that's not going to
He
protect.
doesn't have coonie cooties.
Maybe
Yes,
I can
Caillou
help
cooties.
too.
Yeah.
Make it a whole trifecta.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna let him.
Okay.
So
good
I don't
with
think I have enough jade to replace everything, but I'll take the worst of them.
Oh, you can. No, he came back with a big box. And
Okay.
there's all kinds of little different sized pieces of jade.
So what I basically want to do is take each of the worst tiles, start with the worst ones, and trace them onto sheets of jade, and then cut them out so that they are exactly the same as what
Okay.
I'm replacing.
all right. That's
So it'll be like a tile at a time.
Yeah, what I would say, since this is probably some kind of mastercraft work
Yeah.
armor, just the TN to do it would be a 20 instead of a 15. You know, it's just you're just taking more.
Jim, stop
time doing
helping.
Jim wants me to roll dice.
it. Come on, it'll be interesting and fun.
That
He
is
kills your dad. He ruins your armor. What else is he gonna
that
do?
is a good
He
idea.
comes back with just this frame thing of wicker.
He buys you a
Like,
puppy and just kicks it.
So I'm going to use my weapon crafting because basically all I'm doing is making shapes.
Oh, you're
But
smithing.
it still it applies. It's not. I'm not actually making a full suit of armor. I'm
No.
just replacing plates.
Yeah.
So my weapon smithing is 4 keep 2.
You might want to spend a void on this.
I think I might. I'll take 5 keep 2. Thanks, Jim.
Oh,
5 keep 3.
wait! Before you pick that up, can I also include my sword with that and add some jade to my sword?
That'd be a separate roll.
Fuck it. Do your thing.
Wow.
That's fine.
5 keep 3.
Loading
Yeah.
up the stork cube.
The void adds a roller and a
Oh,
keeper.
I see a 9
And 2
9, 8,
8s.
and 8. All right, it's not terrible.
That's a 24.
24. It's a great roll.
All right.
Awesome.
Really good roll.
All right.
You've
Mark
got
out
it
my
figured.
void.
You figured out how they've done it. So it's not finished, but
No,
now,
it's
now
not
you
going to be.
know.
It's rough. What I'm basically going to do is I'm going to.
No, what I'm saying is you're not done with the job.
Okay.
But you now don't have to roll anymore for that particular job because
Okay.
you figured that out. And you want him to also work on your sword?
Yeah, I think having some jade on my sword, or not my sword, my tetsubo.
Oh, on your Tetsubo.
Yeah,
okay.
'cause I'm-
It
yeah.
doesn't have it on it now. You want it.
Yeah, I'd like
Okay.
to have some. I mean, I never specified, so yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's super easy.
That's very easy. If you're not worried about it looking like what it looks like, I can take some of these odder shapes here and attach it to it.
That's fine.
Because jade is still jade. It just won't look very nice. But we have lots of little scrap parts, especially after I'm done cutting these shapes out. I have bits that I can attach easily with resin and such, if you're not too concerned about the look. After we're done with all of this, we can take it all off.
I haven't spent that much time with the crane. Go ahead.
Okay. So the noon hour is approaching. You probably are not going to get the sword stuff done yet. We'll have to wait until. You're not going to want to do that on horseback.
No, I'm going to have to buy a kit with basically sanders
Oh,
and,
sorry,
and,
Tetsubo.
and an auger and such. And
Well, yeah, I'm sure
some
you've
other-
got tools at your hovel.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do have that hovel
You
just
have a
outside
hovel?
of town.
Yeah, you have hovel tools.
Now, just for my clarification, so I know what I'm talking about, does the jade actually have to, like, enter the monster? Or if it, like, okay, so I'm picturing, like, Shiva's sword with, like, the cool gem at the bottom of it, like the hilt. Would that do
I
anything?
think it's
or-
actually got to make contact.
Oh, okay,
I
got
mean,
it.
when it's on you, it's protecting you. It's,
Yes,
it's
it's
absorbing,
absorbing,
the
okay.
bad stuff around.
Don't you have a Tetsubo that's covered in jade?
Yeah.
It has jade studs on it.
Yeah. That's where I got the idea. But, cool. I just, so, because my character, and I just didn't know that. So.
Right.
My mommy made me that for my Kenpuku.
Okay. So the noon hour comes, and there's
It's still rainy and terrible outside.
it's let up a little bit, but it's sort of like it's spitting.
Oh.
It's like a more than a mist.
This is going to be a miserable ride. Just grit your teeth, get on it. wants to do with it.
Well, since I'm going back to my hovel, do I have a serviceable wakizashi there, or a nice one that I had made, or that is there? Because I'm
As a
still working on
samurai,
one.
you have to have one.
As a disgraced samurai, all I was carrying
You're
was a
not
wooden daisho.
Discreet
I
anymore.
got rid of all of my weaponry.
No, you have your sword. You're
I
right.
have my sword. I don't have a functional wakizashi. I was going to work on them, but the things have been going so fast, I don't think I ever finished it. I'm just asking. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pick one up somewhere.
Well, right now you're just carrying a wooden one, right?
Right.
Tell you the truth, if I know that for a fact, I'm going to go to the daimyo and I'm going to ask him to give him
Okay.
a wakizashi, because that is the badge of samurai office.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And since he is now your samurai and you took him in, it's your responsibility to make sure that he has one.
And he gives you one.
He didn't
Okay.
give me one. He gave me the wooden dashi set of.
I go up to
was
your
it?
hovel.
It was. It was the practice swords of
Master.
Master Higo.
Master
Yeah.
Higo, yeah. So
Yeah.
they're actually quite revered practice swords.
Well, sure.
Mighty
I go to your
mystical.
hovel. And I basically just knock on the door.
No, we're all going together. We have to go there.
Well, no, but the thing is, you're doing your prep in your
Oh, you're
hovel.
working on
I'm
the
going
hovel.
over there. Yeah. You said you were out in your hovel, so I'm following
picking up
you.
supplies.
You're going to go to his hovel.
Yeah, I'm going to go to his hovel while he's picking up supplies, and
Okay.
I will have
Supplies.
a nice wooden box with the wakizashi inside that has the mon of the family, and I basically bow and present him the wakizashi and says, "Our Lord has agreed to grant you the boon of your badge of samurai office for when we enter into the Lion clans. It will be necessary for you to display yourself as a full samurai." And I basically bow and present him that.
I cannot accept this. He already gave me a wakizashi. That was right on.
I am simply a messenger. This is a gift from your Lord. I highly suggest that you take it.
I cannot take this from you.
Just one more time. You're so close.
This is
See it through.
Don't say that. He was about ready to give up.
no. I want to figure out some wording because
Well, if you take it on the second time and he takes it, then you just go, he's so greedy.
it's so good. You have said
Coconut?
you have said to me before that you have no honor. And I do not know your past, and it is not my place to pry. But I will tell you this. I know from honor, and your actions speak otherwise. I would ask you to please take this sword and move forward with the honor with which you are perceived and not the honor with which you hold yourself to.
I bow very deeply. I will take this for the honor and for the work that you have done to procure this. Thank you very much for thinking of this, and thank you for talking to our Lord about it. He is now giving me 2 wakizashi, which is more than I deserve.
I basically just hand him the box with the wakizashi, and I bow without a word, and I just back out.
Okay.
And head back in.
A tear rolls down my
Aww.
Okay. So you're battening down the hatches.
I'm gathering up whatever. I brought, like, armor, sword sharpening stuff, but I didn't really bring armor making stuff and jade cutting stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm
you
looking
have-
for
you
small
have-
saws, sanders, that
Right.
whole awls, that kind of stuff, and bundling that up along with my.
They're
sword
also
making stuff.
providing you with a wagon, since you are going to retrieve the belongings of...
I'm not bringing ambles or anything. It's just going to be.
No, but I'm saying that
bundled,
you guys do have a wagon that has some probably it's half empty, and you've got provisions,
And
but the rest-
probably also provide a mild amount of shelter.
Don't we always end up leaving wagons somewhere?
Yeah, well, that's the lot of wagons.
It's the law wagons, like build a pony.
But I actually have one of those cool, like, sort of dried grass capes that they use for the rain
Oh,
in
okay.
Japan, and one of those really broad
Awesome hats, like
cone hats. Yeah,
like the Fury or the Storm's head.
exactly. Sort of
my hat.
to keep
my riding hat.
to keep the rain off.
So you guys are...
I think that's standard rain gear, actually.
Right. Standard rain gear is a roof.
The crazy thing about it is that they have a lot of the clans have a aversion to wearing furs and skins or anything off of dead animals, which is why those grass cloaks are so popular instead of something that would be warmer like a mink or something like that.
Anyone else? Any other stuff before you leave?
I'm going to pack my teapot.
Okay.
Is it short and stout?
No.
Where's its handle?
It has no handle.
I'm
You
going
just
to
have
do
be
my
brave
fortune
holding
telling
it.
thing.
Okay, all right.
I don't remember how to do this in the system.
I'm a fire shugenja.
Is there a fortune telling skill?
Divination, yeah, I use that
Okay,
one.
and what? It probably goes with void, or maybe awareness.
Awareness.
Void would make sense with divination. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Let me find the skill real quick and
Okay.
see what it says. Oh, you know what? I can look at my. I believe it's going to be on
On
my
your GM screen.
handy dandy GM screen.
Mine should be on the player
Well,
sheet
it's
here.
intelligence.
Divination is intelligence.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
Intelligence. Yeah.
I have the skill.
Oh,
He's a Shugenja.
did you see the player map? That
Because I'm not a weird superstitious person.
What's your
This thing
intelligence?
is really nice.
2.
You have a skill level of 1.
8, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, yeah. I just get... It's more for fun anyway. But I just get feelings, general feelings about things. Even though
Ask
that's-
again later.
Ask again later, okay. That makes me concerned. Okay.
Anything else anyone doing? So you're headed out and you're headed north. Okay.
That's right.
You start traveling and it takes you. You're going to get to the mountain pass because you're in a valley and there's a pass to the north. You're going to get to the mountain pass around nightfall. There's no real settlement there. The closest one is probably like another half day's journey. There's a small, like a small inn, but you probably won't get there unless you want to travel at night.
But there is like a wall and a gate. Like a gatehouse, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, I believe there is. Well, that's a long time ago. I think there was. I think there was some sort. I don't know if there was a gate,
Oh.
but I do remember there being like
At least
guards.
be a watchtower. Or
Right.
something
Yeah.
like
I think
Oh,
that,
it's along the well-worn road, yeah.
Right.
especially if it's a border between two.
Well, it's also a major thoroughfare, and
Yeah.
they do a lot of shipping.
And the emperor's taxes must be paid once you pass through certain places.
And
So.
grain has to be moved.
So yeah. So there's probably a tower.
Well, we could stay here for the night. I don't feel like pushing ourselves and our horses to ride all night is the right choice at this point of the journey.
Indeed. I agree.
I agree.
And I'm not sleeping under a wagon.
Look, we have to move in haste, but arriving there tired and incapable of doing our job is not our goal either. So I'm all for doing that.
Out of character question. How long has it been since the letters were sent that we read?
Oh.
That's a good question.
The first letter is probably before you guys got to the valley. Or
Well, we were still on the way back.
it was probably written around the time you arrived.
Right. I guess my more important question is
The most
when
recent,
the lion one, yeah.
the most recent one just arrived probably 2 days before you guys came back.
So that means how long was it since it's written then about? Like, no, I would probably know that.
It probably would have taken in the winter. It probably would have taken 3 weeks for someone to travel. I mean,
And it was a peasant farmer sending it along. It wasn't
Yeah,
like-
it wasn't like
right.
Yeah. I agree. If the lion Oni was still actively attacking things, we probably would have heard something of it.
unless the lion are quieting it up for some reason. So
Indeed. Or if it's under the control of someone and it's not just rampaging through lion lands, which suggests that...
And information does not travel as fast in the winter.
Right, but a giant lion oni, like, attacking and raising villages would probably be in somebody's team.
If there's anyone left to write letters.
Right. Even then, if it's happening in Lion's Land,
Right.
that word would go to them,
Yeah.
and they would decide when that gets out.
Yeah, but it's either not bad enough for them to start informing clans around them, or... So I'm agreeing with you that there's no real reason to push ourselves quite to that brink right now.
I'll go say howdy to the guards.
Okay.
I'm going to sit down and, have I guess we're going to have rice or whatever, but I'm going to summon Mikiko over.
Yes.
I'm ready to start on one of the sections of armor, if you would be so kind.
Indeed.
Could I have words with you?
You are currently having words with me, yes?
I could not help but overhear you talking of dreams. I too had a dream of Saito.
Interesting. The sort of precise strike.
Is that what it was?
Indeed.
I can describe to you. He was howling. And this is all between she and I.
Right,
hushed
yeah.
tones. He was howling at the bottom of the pit of ash and blocks from a destroyed temple. If Saito is one of the swords, then he is buried, at least for a time, beneath the Lion Temple.
Describe so burning and ash.
It's a burnt temple, and the smoke is drifting up in tendrils. The ashes, the coals of a once immaculate temple. And I hear the voice of Saito Nooni howling into the night air, trapped beneath ash, rocks, and earth.
Yes. That is one of the swords that was destroyed.
So he is.
So you dreamt of its
he is
demise.
entrapped.
Yes.
Not dead, but trapped.
No, would I know that? Can you kill Oni? You can just like trap them and purify them, right? You can't.
Well, you send them back. They die and they go back.
Oh.
I mean, they could be destroyed. I mean, it's possible.
Okay.
There's a lot. There's literally an infinite number of Oni.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Oni can, like, break off pieces of themselves and make new Oni, which will soon be just as strong as they were.
Okay, got it.
They're a freaking nightmare.
They're like viruses.
Yes.
Okay.
But
cool.
bigger.
But big and actually, yeah.
It's like the Thing.
I don't know,
Yeah.
dude.
The head
If there
breaks
was a
off and then it comes
man-sized
up.
virus, that would be some terrifying shit.
Yeah.
It would be.
It's the Thing.
Well, if you're dreaming of that, perhaps he is trapped there. I do not know.
I went to the archives. The Crane have very little on this. It is not at all like Crablands.
Unsurprised.
But I thought perhaps I should let you know we could compare notes if you know anything more about Saito. It is good to know that this is one of the swords that has been taken out of play.
Indeed. Yes, there are 5 swords. Each has a name and a personality, if you will. 2 have been destroyed. The one we brought, the one we destroyed, that was in the Crane Lands, is the sword you describe, and the sword that we destroyed and at keep a few days ago, whenever that was.
Yeah, it was just a couple days ago, yeah.
Okay. I'm like, I've lost track in our conversations of how long it's been. Was Koshikoi.
That's cool.
Okay,
So there are 3.
That makes more sense because I did not remember us bringing the sword to a lion temple.
No.
So this must have been the sword that you and sorry, what's your name again?
Ichiro.
You and Ichiro had destroyed before.
Indeed.
Was it a lion temple that you took it to?
Yes.
Then this dream rings true.
Yes.
I have no reason to doubt then that all our dreams are prophecies and are probably accurate.
I believe if they're not, I don't believe they're prophecies. I believe they do contain true information, though. I believe we are seeing things that have already happened. At least from the description of yours and the description of mine. The things we are seeing are things that have already happened or are taking place now. But I do believe that the information in them is accurate, which is why I believe we're looking for a Bushi in Lion Lands.
Forgive me, but your father was a very knowledgeable man.
Don't speak of my father.
Does he have any knowledge of this?
There are many things that we can talk about. My father is not one of them. Thank you for fixing my armor. I'm going to hand in my armor and walk away.
I think she's a little touchy about that still, dude.
Oh, yeah. Considering what a dick her father is, I'm surprised that she still backs him up.
Hey, my dad was a dick too. Doesn't mean I won't back his play.
Okay, so the two guys in the watchtower, they say, we have some sake next once, but we have to stay in the tower.
None for me, thank you.
I'm going to go in the tower.
Okay.
Sleep in the tower.
Okay.
I will definitely have something to drink, but I'm going to sleep outside, like in my little thing.
I'm going to be by the firelight. I need light to see what I'm doing and working on one of these plates.
Yeah, you probably have to set up some sort of little lean-to to get a fire going, because it is still kind of, it's not like pouring rain, but it's...
So they don't have like a little fire burning inside in one of those little open pit things? Well, I thought it was an actual like close. It's just like a wooden ladder with a crow's nest on top.
They have like a little tower. No, it's a very nice.
Your
place.
mic is off.
Oh, sorry. It's actually not even on my body.
No. Is it muted while you're picking it up like that?
It's off. Yeah. No, it's not.
There we go.
And he drops all the
Things
stuff.
were going so well.
That was my headphones.
He knocks the computer off.
No, it's like a structure. There's a ladder, and there's a thing up on top, and it's largish, probably.
Okay.
I'm actually going to sleep in the wagon because I want to make sure that all of our crap is safe.
Okay. But you can you probably took stuff from your hovel. That you probably have like a little thing that you use because your roof is shitty anyway.
Portaforge.
Right.
It's here 8, 13.
What are you rolling for?
I was rolling a hunting to see if I could start a small fire.
Okay.
Is survival a thing? Is that an actual skill? Because I don't know if I have that. All I have is hunting.
Hunting is probably the closest. That sounds close enough.
Okay.
Did you get 15?
No, I got 13.
13?
It's too wet. Everything around
It's
here is
probably
too
too
wet.
wet,
I can't light a fire with everything that's so wet. I'll do what I can with scratching out and roughing it out in the dark light, but I don't want to attempt to cut it without light.
Right. You got it.
I'm just going to make tea on a little fire and have that.
They offer you some sake, too.
Okay.
And the next morning...
I make tea for Stork. Like
you make
legitimate tea.
Like tea ceremony tea.
Since he was expending
That's right.
energy.
Do you have to roll your tea ceremony skill for that? For that to work?
I have it. I'm going to use it.
Okay.
Well, if he's using it to restore void or doing any
Damn
kind of
it.
effect, then yeah, you need to roll.
I'm good at it.
Damn it. Put points in it. I want to roll it.
Your face always looks so defiant when you're about to roll dice.
Yeah, you're like challenging the fates.
He intimidates the shit out of the dice.
Yeah, he does.
Nice.
And look at what it gets me.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Apparently.
No, I
What
got
do you
to
keep
keep 3.
That's not bad.
I got 7.
Well, you got a 15.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
I made 15.
You're good. All right.
So I present a humble steaming cup of tea.
Oh, I couldn't accept this. I
Just
appreciate
take the
it.
tea. I made this for you.
Well, I don't deserve it.
We've been riding in the rain all day. Have some tea.
It would be really nice. Thank you.
And then I'll just pour cups for everybody else.
Okay.
I'm fine, thank you. I don't drink it.
Damn.
If you
So
bring
you
some
get your-
outside to me, I would gladly
I will,
accept
yeah.
it. Thank you.
I'm probably drinking sake, though, from the guards. I probably drink a bunch of their sake.
Okay.
Just crab.
Right.
Yeah, because crab.
You got a void point back, Stork,
Okay, thank
from
you.
drinking his tea.
It does look like survival and foraging and sustenance and
all
all of
under
this stuff
hunting?
is under hunting.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was just double checking.
Yeah, there's not that many
so that we didn't get a
skills.
bunch
Yeah.
of hate mail. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And
That'll
one
come
less
either
boy.
way.
All right.
Yeah.
See, the road continues north into Lion Lands. I mean, by nightfall-ish, near nightfall, you'll be at the inn that you know of.
That's a good name for an inn.
The inn that you know of. It had a name, but I'd have to go back into old Google Doc documents to find its original name.
Is it the
inn
pub
that
that
we
we call
call
home?
Right.
Stu's like, you bastards.
So this is actually kind of, it's like a 2-story structure, and there's a small little farming village nearby, but there is an actual proper inn with a sake house on the bottom floor, and they tout having hot mineral water baths.
Oh, fantastic! Is that like on a banner outside?
Probably, yes.
That's what I need.
Soak these old bones.
I'm actually going to go to the blacksmith
Okay.
and pull rank and say, I need a corner of your forge if you would be so kind. Carry on with your business. I don't wish to intrude. I just need light and some tools.
And he
I am a
presents everything you need.
Thank
Nice.
you. And do some. I'm trying to get ahead on this armor. But perfect.
Okay. Well, the armor, you got a lot of prep work done the night before.
Yeah.
So that
scratching and
you want to go ahead and make the roll on the Tetsubo?
sure.
Makiko-san,
Yes.
in the unfortunate yet likely event that we do end up fighting in Oni, I am not accustomed to combat stances with things of that size, and I am assuming that you had training in such.
She's gonna point, gesture at the big scar across my face.
And he sort of nods
Let's
at that.
forget
and
about
goes,
that.
I would appreciate any tips or training that you might be able to give me in that area.
Indeed, I will gladly show you.
You honor me, and anything that you could show me about fighting things like that, because I've never fought anything like that.
Yeah.
Fought a bunch of people. Those things, no.
No.
You
Nice.
see the 15. This is a regular
You
old
totally
Tetsubo,
got
right?
that.
Well, I got
Yeah.
that.
So this is a regular Tetsubo, right? It's
That's
not
a
like
25.
a hereditary weapon, or is it?
I mean, it's a very high quality one, but I don't think it wasn't
It's
like
not
on
like
the
a-
character
like
sheet.
It's like a thing.
The grandfather's grandfather.
Right.
Tetsubo.
It was a 28.
Oh, that would be fine
So
anyway.
I would like to say that instead of just nailing scraps onto it, I was actually able to make some nice shaped studs similar to what he has.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
at least in symmetrical patterns instead of just junk nailed to the thing.
Right. Like someone
bunch
dipped
of
it in
jade
sugar water and
nails.
then rolled it through a bunch of
Right. Well, because what I was thinking was
what is it, a dip and lick? What were those things called?
yeah. Well, I was
That's
thinking,
what they should have been
'cause
called.
I'm making like little plates for her thing, and so all the little
Right.
cutoffs I was going to, it would look like Rice Krispies all over her.
Green Rice Krispies.
Right. But instead, I was able to fashion nice little stuff.
It actually looks very nice.
I think it was like one of those Aztec weapons, the
Yeah.
Macalotl, where they cut the thing and they just put they
Yeah.
jab the stone in.
It says, "Sorry, I killed your dad."
in kanji.
Now it's a named weapon.
You might-
Bygones be bygones.
I don't know if there's a bonus. This is something you'll have to work out with Stu, or maybe copy what he has. But I think when you're hitting tainted creatures, it's going to be
Oh,
badass.
I think some tainted creatures ignore it unless it has jade. Is how it works, right?
Yeah.
But at least in the editions that I used to pay, it was actually a penetration of their armor, so they had damage reduction abilities, and when you use jade, it would negate those things.
I seem to think that a lot of that stuff, like ghosts, you attack them with a jade weapon, it's like they got.
Right.
Got
It's
hit.
like they're not non-corporeal.
Right. But and otherwise it just goes right through them if it's not a jade or
Right.
at least a high quality or even enchanted.
I don't remember. I'd have to go and look.
And the cool thing about Oni is that it's whatever you want it to be.
Right.
So that's super awesome.
Or not.
Or not.
For us.
For us. Yeah. This thing is just here to kill you. Whatever you do, you fail. Oh, no. It's just like normal life.
Played with that GM. When I was younger I was that GM.
Yeah, I played with that GM too.
I am going to show him stances and relay any information that I think will be helpful to him about fighting
Like the
Shadowlands
stuff
creatures.
about fighting things that are, much larger than a human.
Yeah, absolutely. And specifically with a Tetsubo, too.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
Since
Yeah.
we both use that
You
weapon,
go for
so.
the joints, man. The
Yeah.
joints. Yeah. That
Like,
kind of thing.
things that they're also, like what he has to be careful of, what types of...
You choke up on it and you act like you're bunting because you're getting in close and up instead of
On
standing
this
back.
episode of Bus Fighters.
Okay. So
Go for the legs. Go for the joints.
So you're working on the thing. Probably you probably get it done probably about midnight.
What I'm trying to
Probably-
do is I'm going to make, if nothing else, I can make a bunch of studs that I can then fashion on the road.
Right. Okay.
And I need the nicer tools to do that with the grinding and such, and the fastening them is easy.
Right. Okay.
Do crab techniques focus on the crotch in generally this much, or is that your thing?
The crab technique centers on the crotch all the time, or is that just you?
It's effective.
Because you're very effective.
You are not fighting Shadowlands creatures. Why is there so much jade on your weapon?
This weapon was fashioned for me by my mother, who was a Kaiju from my Kimpuku. It's simply the type of weapon that she was accustomed to fashion.
So you have a Kaiju weapon as well?
Indeed.
I'm not there, but
Impressive.
impressive.
It is.
Sure, I'm not to
It
Kaiju yet.
is perhaps my most valued possession.
As your weapon should be.
Tight.
Cool.
Okay. So you at the end there's
At whatever point, I absolutely have to drag myself out of the mineral bath
okay.
before I end up looking like a
But just-
mummy.
Like a prune.
Yeah, just,
It's wonderful. It's
yeah.
water's super mineral rich and very hot and does not cool down.
Actually, after that workout, I wouldn't mind taking a dip myself.
You probably get there and I'm just...
He's just like floating. There's a bunch of those little monkeys that like to hang out at the hot springs, floating just like floating with you. One of them is like just attached onto you.
When I'm done for the day,
There's probably a family living on disability.
Yeah.
I want to leave a little of the jade scraps for the blacksmith.
Oh, okay.
And I want to make a fire bundle of maybe of some of the coals and such, so that because it's been so wet, something that we can then start a fire with very
Okay.
easily while we're traveling.
That's a good idea.
It's a hunting technique thing.
Right. Sounds good.
I watched some survival films.
Could have asked.
Survivor
Would have
man.
been happy to help light fires. But no. Nobody comes and talks to me anymore. That's why I just go on this.
You were busy in the
I'm
bath.
literally playing Takedo this whole journey. Next stop, I'm painting something.
Going on tea benders.
Yeah, that's all that's happening.
No, but when I go over to the hot springs, I'm very friendly towards you. I have no problem with you at
I
all.
know. But you haven't also needed anything that I could really help with. It's not like you're like, hey, let me talk about the spirits and interesting things you might have insight on.
Actually, what I do talk to you about is like apparently everybody's having dreams, man, and I'm sort of thinking that everybody's suspect. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep an eye on it.
Dreams about the weapons.
Yeah,
That's terrifying.
it's either something's reaching out to them in particular, or
You can look at me like that all you want.
Somewhere Makiko's like, something's wrong.
He's like, my
Some-
shade is needed. I
Somebody
must go.
is full of shit.
There's fuckery going on somewhere.
fuckery going on.
My fuck off sense is tingling. Alright, sorry, go ahead. Continue.
I sense something. A presence I have not felt.
Yeah. I shouldn't have interrupted this moment. Continue. It's a
No.
good moment.
Yeah, and so I'm just going. Have you had any? I mean,
No.
I had a bit of a nightmare, but I think it was due to my own insecurities and anxieties, as dreams usually are.
Yeah. Nothing
But
unusual.
nothing that was prophetic or anything like that.
I certainly haven't dreamed about the weapons.
It's a crab thing.
So, yeah, it's worrisome that the touch of something that long gone could linger.
Well, you know, she has been exposed to the other sword for a considerable amount of time.
That
I'm
was
just
a long
saying that
journey.
We should just keep an eye on them and watch each other's backs.
I would recommend
kill him in their sleep.
Tonkatsu bowl. Good choice here.
So what's with all the monkeys?
They're just friendly. You sit here a while and they'll come visit. I
Oh, yeah.
promise.
They're
They're just
Oh, they get in the
like a-
water?
Yeah, they get in the water.
Oh, do they really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
They're really cool.
because it's like snowing everywhere. Like their heads are
Yeah.
covered in snow, and they'll just submerge themselves to here in the hot spring.
What do they call those things? It's
They're bamboos. Or baboons, sorry.
No, they're
No,
not.
there's
No.
it's a typical.
Yeah.
No?
I don't think they're baboons.
Yes.
They're real, there.
I think they're
With
yes.
the red faces.
But there's a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
there's something else.
Animals were my thing as a kid, so like there's a lot of like random
I'm
animal
looking it up,
knowledge
too.
that I have that serves no purpose in life.
They look like baboons to me.
Mm-hmm.
Snow
Oh, you find one?
monkeys
Snow
soaking
monkeys.
in
Oh,
hot
okay.
but they do look like baboons.
Yeah, they have a lot of the facial skin. They're not fully furry.
Yeah.
They do look like baboons. They kind of have a
Oh,
baboon.
it moved, but yes.
Oh. Okay.
I actually think I just watched something on Animal Planet about them, which is why they popped into my head.
I'm looking it up right now. They're on the Wikipedia.
And look at the chat.
Oh, the chat there, on different screens.
Right.
Oh, your chat. Your chat or their
No,
chat?
their-
Chat.
Yeah, am I allowed to know?
It's a
know
macaca.
The thing they said.
It's a macaque.
It's a macaque.
Macaque.
It's an old world monkey.
Seriously, I'd love
Macaque.
to see this
Where?
thing.
Where?
And on the plus side, they're not concerned about extinction.
Because they hang out with humans and
But
hot springs.
from what I understand, macaque are one of the most populous primates in existence. They're all over Asia.
There they are in Japan. That's just
All-
Japan.
That's just Japan.
Yeah.
And they're like in Malaysia and Indonesia and all
Yes.
over the place.
Yes, they are. Macaque.
Nihon Zaru?
Yes.
No, I don't think you would.
I want a pet macaque. Mako have a pet
Stop.
I wonder.
Stop.
I wonder if they're responsible for the Monkey King. I wonder if that's that whole thing.
I don't want you doing that in the hot tub with me.
That is so funny. They
What?
look so cozy.
They do.
Yeah.
They clump up.
They're
It's
like,
like-
this little.
They're just chilling.
Notice,
Yeah.
notice all the snow and frost on their face,
Right.
and they're just hanging out, going, "Oh yeah, oh,
This is fine.
This is
Everything's good.
This is totally on my bucket list. It's like one of the things I want to do.
So want to do that.
hang out in the
Get in the hot
springs
spring
of
with
the
some monkeys.
That's literally in the board game Takedo.
When
You get a
it's
bonus
snowing.
point if the hot spring you turn over card has the monkeys.
Yeah.
monkey. You know they're peeing in that hot spring.
Yeah, so am I. So
Should be full.
Yeah, but the monkey pee. Ow.
It washes away.
But ew.
The hot springs flow places. They don't
That's
just
true.
stagnate.
All water you've been in that's not from your tap, actually probably the tap water too, has pee of some animal in it.
All water has.
Yes.
that's the thing
All
I
water
say when
may
somebody
once have
asks
been
me
through
if I
someone's
want some water. I'm
kidneys.
like,
Well, I'm not
no, fish
soaking in
fucking
it.
it.
What?
Yeah, fish fucking it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Water never touch the stuff. Fish fucking it.
Fish fucking it.
You are made of stardust and dead cockroaches, Stork. Everything has been something else.
And pee.
And pee.
Most
Actually, Stork
especially.
has a lot of pee. He's mostly pee.
In Star Trek, it was bag of mostly water, but for him,
Bag of mostly urine.
All right.
Nice to put the cock in cockroach
mostly
stuff.
water.
Anything else tonight, or are you guys eventually going to?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
For a second, I thought that was you ending the game because you're so tired of our fucking off.
No.
Like, it's 6 o'clock, Stu.
You
Come on.
fuckers just finish that
So,
bottle of sake.
you
and
read
talk
your
amongst
Slack.
yourselves. Yeah.
Oh,
then it'll be
thank
morning.
you. I had my alarms off, so I don't. Thank you. Oh no.
That one looks like he's holding a slice of. Oh, he's holding his foot. It looks like a slice of pink pizza.
Yeah.
Do I get a good night's sleep?
You wake up a few times.
So not a very good night's sleep. Nice.
So it's morning, and you can hear. There's the smell of things cooking downstairs.
I will go and eat them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rice balls and pickles and eggs.
Yeah, that's great. Not a lot of red meat in Rokugan to be eaten, so it's all good.
I'll just have a bow.
Okay.
Yeah, a rice ball and some tea if they have it, and
Of
some
course.
vegetables. Yeah, all good.
After watching Incredibles 2 with the pre-trailer,
I haven't seen it yet.
makes you really hungry.
Does it? That was good.
Oh, that was awesome.
I'm going to eat everything and drink more. Okay. I'm going to eat everything and drink more soup.
Okay. All right.
I had these
not a
Vietnamese
Sunday.
soup dumplings the other day. Were freaking amazing. You ever have
Yeah.
soup dumplings?
Mikiko-sami?
So they make this dumpling and they put basically
Mikiko-sami?
this base.
Oh, well,
Sama.
if you want to call me Sama, that's cool. Or San.
You bite into it and it's just chicken soup.
Technically, we're the same rank.
Right.
So it'd be Makiko-san.
Mikiko-san. I have completed some jade studs for the Tetsubo. I could probably attach them later tonight, but most of the hard work is done. Oh, here's. How well did you sleep last night?
Did I sleep okay?
Mm-hmm.
I slept fine.
I could hear the howling still.
Monkeys are quiet.
This is just between you.
I know.
In hushed tones.
Well, perhaps the Oni is trapped and is reaching out to minds it thinks it can influence.
When next we come to a big
Asshole.
city, I should probably go to a temple. See if I'm okay.
Indeed.
If I'm not, will you do me the honor of...
Absolutely.
That's such a crab conversation.
I knew I could trust you to do the right thing.
Oh, yes. I will do the right thing.
No, I just had a completely inappropriate thing. And don't worry, I won't tell anybody what happened with the monkeys last night.
Good. You and me, buddy.
I would imagine a lot of snow monkeys are conceived during the winter in those hot tubs, those natural hot springs.
Now those hot springs. Now you have those hot springs filled with hot monkey jizz.
It's totally,
Great.
it's
We're
totally the
having a
70s.
moment. Stop
totally
talking about
70s.
monkey jizz. It's like neck
I didn't
steak. You guys are
start
the
any of
worst.
It's like, it is a little bit.
No,
We did. We had a great character
the
moment
only
there.
thing
They
that
ruined
popped
it.
into my head was, Oni, am I okay? Am I okay?
Oni.
Get the fuck out. Yeah. That's in our heads.
That's why I started
That's
to
going to be in our heads for the rest of the game.
Forever now, every time. It perhaps would have been.
Not really.
It perhaps would have been. No, you do not get fist bumps for that shit. No.
I earned one.
All right, fine. It perhaps would have been. We had these dreams before we left the keep, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would have perhaps been important to inform someone of your dream before we left the keep, so that we could take action, or perhaps send a witch hunter to the fire temple to the lions.
Well, you're headed in that direction.
Towards the lion temple where we already burned the other sword.
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, because remember you went north from Murasabishijoshi.
That's right.
He said, I know of a temple that's just on the edge of Lion Lands. And then you headed south
That's
back
right.
to the...
You're right. I forgot that part. I somehow translated it to like Last Airbender. I'm like the fire temple.
Well, the lion element is the fire element, so you're not that far off.
And we did burn it all. So finish my sentence.
Yes, please.
I probably won't say that now because if we're headed that direction, then it's different. Sorry. Then never mind. I didn't say anything.
It'll be fine.
Good job. You've done a great job. No, I'm not saying that. Yes, I will kill you. I'll be happy to do it. It'll be the right thing.
I knew I could count on you for doing the right thing. I wonder why it's getting louder, though.
Well, we should inform the group of it. Because we will have to make a choice whether we will continue to the lion lands where this lion Oni has been seen, or whether if we should take a detour and visit this old temple to see.
Is it on our way?
Indeed, it's a lion temple.
Well, then maybe that is why I'm hearing it.
It's not a detour. It's on the road you're on.
Right, but it's like a stop.
Yes.
I'm making him feel guilty.
Okay,
Stop
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were...
Yeah, no, it's like I should have a skill in shade, man. It's like one of those things I'd have a bunch of points in.
That's just being crap.
Yeah. Being crap should also be a skill.
That's your aspect.
Aspects.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like to invoke being crab. And,
Well, if this demon is indeed trapped beneath the temple, it is alive and awake and looking for vengeance and might take over any one of us if we get too close.
Indeed, it worries me that if it is trapped, it is not as large a concern as the Oni that is attacking and actively murdering Crane in the Mayan lands. And I also think that we should not allow the Shigenja near the temple.
I don't know what happened, but I trust your judgment.
Let's talk with the others. We need to inform them of this.
You consort with one demon, marked for life.
That's all it takes.
This also happens to be the same exact demon. Like, it's not like...
I consider the discussion and discourse of demons crap. This is just our job. But if you,
We are no longer crap.
I understand, but we are burdened with knowledge and past that I can't avoid.
Yes.
If you think it's important to explain to them this Shigenja, are you concerned of his motives?
Indeed. I mean, he is weak when it comes to resisting the Shadowlands. And he has dealt with this particular Oni before.
Well,
He
that
needs
is
to be informed.
that is grave news indeed.
Indeed. He was able to...
Is he all right? I trust that if he is tainted, you will do the right thing.
Of course. He was found to not be tainted. I think.
Was-
But we will see what actions he takes. If he chooses to pursue this lead at the temple, it may show that he has been corrupted and seeks to free this Oni.
So this Oni was the one. Are you telling me that he was in possession of this Oni, or the Oni?
We found the sword,
Yes.
and the sword started to corrupt us as we traveled back to destroy it.
Yes. When you say us, you as well.
The party, it was trying to influence all of us. Some of us were not as stalwart as others.
Who carried the sword?
Oh yeah. Like,
You're,
there's a reason that I would not let anyone else touch the sword we recently destroyed.
this is wise of you.
Yes.
So you were telling me that the demon that is buried beneath the collapsed temple was in a brief time in possession of the Shigenja that we travel with now?
It was not possessing him.
Okay.
It corrupted his choices for a time. But it is different than being possessed by an Oni. And he has done much to make up for it. And our former companion gave his life to make sure that it was the sword was destroyed.
I've seen him cast Jade Strike. I've seen him handle Jade. I understand. He seems to be okay now. This is troubling news, though.
Indeed. Which is why I watch him closely. But he is effective. But I do worry that being so near this particular Oni again may be too much for his weak will.
Maybe we should avoid the spot altogether. It seems, I cannot tell you. All I know is that that Oni is trapped beneath a collapsed temple. Does that ring true? And he is pissed.
Indeed. Well, we should... We can't leave him there indefinitely, but I do believe he is the lesser of our two dangers at the moment, the less pressing of the two.
There's nothing we can do without an army of Shigenja for now. He's trapped beneath the temple as far as I know. This is just visions and dreams.
Indeed.
If you say that he was in contact with his Oni, I would recommend we avoid the spot altogether.
Indeed. We should tell our companions why we need to change course, though.
I defer to your experience,
It will be a good test of the Shigenja.
as you say.
Right. Okay. It makes me nervous when I say something like that and Stu clicks his pen and writes things down. Oh, God.
Now you're metagaming.
It's just like therapy all over again.
Yeah.
We should bring that up in a podcast once. So your GM's making weird noises, clicking the pen and making noises.
We've talked
Do
about
you
that a
panic?
lot. Like the random dice rolls.
Right.
Just, like, is that a real dice roll? Or is he doing that to fuck with my head right now?
Is he looking at you funny? Is it worrisome that he went and downloaded a bunch of demon sounds?
Yeah.
Do you think that that's important?
Yeah.
That was like Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
It was.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
like,
So when we're on the road, when we start to pack up the next day, gentlemen, there is a situation that we have been made aware of. Both the Smith and I have had dreams of the swords. And with our research, it seems that the things we are dreaming have accurate information in them. I spoke with the Shugenja at the keep before we left, and the information I was able to share with them and compare with them was accurate about the lion's claws. And it seems the Smith has been having dreams as well.
what she says is true.
And while I dreamed, as I said, of the lion Oni being conjured by a bushi, and I was able to compare and figure out which of the swords have already been destroyed and the names of the others that remain. The Smith has had dreams of the sword that we destroyed at the Lion Temple. And he fears, and I fear this as well, that though the sword was destroyed, the Oni that was possessing it is simply trapped underneath the temple. It was not banished. And while he says it's yelling and screaming, which to me seems like it's angry and cannot get out. So it is the less pressing of our two choices at the moment.
Is this beast trapped indefinitely? Do we know?
I do not know. I hear screaming, and I do not know how this Oni was trapped. It could be simply that it is an echo of how he was imprisoned.
Screaming like angry, let me out kind of screaming, or screaming like in pain screaming, or
It's howling.
I tend to agree
It
with
sounds
Akiko-san.
painful and loud, as if someone's being burned. Howling, screaming to the heavens.
we can be glad of that.
My biggest concern is that we have to pass this temple on our way.
Can you
And
keep
you
your
want
shit
to-
together? Forgive me, I'm crap. I'm Crane.
My brother gave his life to ensure that demon was banished. If this did not work,
I sense
appalled.
I sense he is trapped, which is about all you can do without an army of Shugenja. The banishing of Oni and the strength, it's Shugenja business. I'm unclear. I do know that depending on the strength of the Oni, it takes oftentimes generations to banish them completely, and sometimes it takes more than just one event or one Shugenja.
But
This is perhaps the kind of thing where he is trapped and inconvenienced, but it would eventually can get out. But for now, I think he's trapped beneath a collapsed temple. I'm more concerned about your reaction with him. If you and he had contact before, I'm concerned that these dreams are a warning to me that you might be influenced by him again if we get too close.
that's fair.
None of us are immune to that form of corruption. But
My biggest fear is that it's finding a way out.
Indeed. But for now, if the Smith's dreams are true, it seems that it is not able to actively murder as the lion.
It's vague. I have impressions. I just see where it is, and then I know that it's pissed. It doesn't seem to be digging.
it doesn't seem to, it just wants out, and it is pissed where it is. So it makes me think that it is imprisoned for a time, and it's not very happy. That's the impression I get, and that's as far as I can really say.
Just for clarification, the understanding is that this trapped Oni was an Oni that was bound to another sword at some point, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Haven't we already established that these swords can somehow communicate with each other or work in commune? So wouldn't it be logical to assume that the holder of the other sword with another Oni that is connected to this one may attempt to effect some form of rescue at some point?
It is very possible.
So we
I
would
think
end
the
up
swords
having to
do
fight
all want
two Oni instead of one?
I think the swords want to be together. The fact that they are the claws of one hand says that they are effective together, not separately.
I
They
agree with
want to be
Makiko-san that
together.
our main mission is key, and we should try to avoid this to get
Look,
to
you
where
brought
our
this
main
up.
mission
We're going to
is.
follow
But-
this point to the end.
But I'm just saying that we might open ourselves up to a combat at two fronts if that does
Of-
somewhat happen.
There's still 3 more unaccounted for as well.
I think it would be wise to at least check on this temple and find out if there's an excavation going on or something.
Or at least observe it remotely.
Look at him super suspiciously.
Well, my concern, I completely agree, is if the owner of the Sword and Lion Lands can sense this happening,
Creature crying out. Yeah.
Or the dragon
and
lands.
they
know
send
that they have
people
sword
here
as well.
to start digging it up, then we end up with twice the problem.
We can swing by and check. Here's the thing: to have a party of lion coming into Crane Lands to do it's Crane Lands still.
It's on the border.
It's on the
It's on
border.
the border.
That would have been noticed.
Not necessarily.
If it's a collapsed temple, odds are nobody's going there for any reason, unless there are monks that have been assigned to rebuild it.
This is what I was trained for. I can watch out for this. I
Just
advise
scout it
against it, but I think that
If you feel more comfortable going, I'll detour around. I'll whatever.
no, you should not leave our side.
Well, then I can't win here. If I suggest that we go check on it because I'm worried about it getting loose again and nullifying the sacrifice that my brother made to save me and the rest of us, then you're concerned about I'm trying to do something terrible. If I go away and let you check it, have nefarious plans in the woods.
How about this? You two can investigate the outskirts of it just to see if it's been molested in any way, shape, or form, or somebody's trying to dig into it. I will stay here with the Shugenja and make sure that everything is
He
fine.
doesn't leave.
and I assure you that either he will be here or I will be dead when you return.
Is that acceptable to you, Mikiko?
Yes, I also think that we should try to send word to someone who can also destroy this Oni.
Agreed.
When next we are in town, we can send a missive. A town with postal service and paper. But for now, it's interesting. Yes, we should at least look to see. I was not there when the event happened, so you need to come and let me know if this is the temple and it's the way you found it or the way it.
Indeed.
If anything has changed.
Oh, it's the temple.
Yes, it is the same temple.
Well, if that's the agreed upon plan, let us continue forward, and then you can drop us off wherever you guys feel it's comfortable a distance.
I
enough.
think that you two can continue riding.
You'll
will
catch
just
up?
avoid, and we will, because it is literally on the road. If you
Well,
need to make the detour,
This
you
is
will-
the end that we planned to stay at the end of this day's journey.
Yes.
We will meet you there. And if you do not
Very
show
good.
up by that evening, we will wait till morning and go on our merry way, continue on. You can catch up with us.
That is acceptable.
Very
Okay.
well.
We split the party.
So you guys are going to go
We're gonna ride. We're gonna ride together to it. They're gonna keep riding, and we're gonna investigate while they. And then they'll meet
Get to
us.
the end.
Yeah, and then we'll
Okay,
catch
got
up to
it.
them.
Got it. Okay.
Hopefully, it's just a ran up on the hill and go, yep, that's a big pile of rubble. Okay, and then we off we go.
And I really doubt that that's.
It'd be awesome if that was the case.
That'd be yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, maybe.
Okay, so you guys are traveling along.
We're gonna travel faster now, though.
Okay.
I'm now in like crab crisis mode.
It-
So it's like the sleeping like
CCM.
outside, like we move quickly, no more mineral baths, shit like that.
If I
It's
had,
the next day's journey.
yeah,
That's
it's-
the journey.
if I had time to attach the studs to her Tetsubo,
It was this last night. No, this would be the next night. What's coming up now would be the next.
so I could do it, but they're still sitting in a bag of mine.
Yes.
You probably like whittled out the spots.
Yes.
It would have been
attached
nail
to
and
them.
glue, but yes, of course.
So, as you kind of approach, and you can see that there's like a little rise, and you can see where the temple was up there, and I mean that fire got pretty hot.
Yeah.
It is abandoned. There are no monks there whatsoever, and there is smoke coming up from it.
Still,
5 weeks later, or however long it's been. However long it was, a couple weeks travel to.
It's been at
There
least
and
a
back.
month or two.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably been at least more than a month. It's
Yeah.
definitely been more than a
Been
month.
like 2 months, yeah.
The temple is consumed. Is that what you expected?
It's not a good sign. It means there's someone here
Now,
still.
you want to stop and watch them do this,
Is
or do
the-
you actually would want to keep on going?
I'm gonna try and make sure he keeps going.
Well, I would.
Well,
keep
we'll
going.
wait till we're out of eye shot
Yeah.
and have the discussion.
Oh, okay. I'm like watching you ride away.
Yeah.
And it's hilly country, so it's like,
Damn it.
how long will it take them to get to the next hill? You can see the next hill, but they haven't come over it yet.
All right, well, if there's
Could be
fire,
miles.
yeah, no, it's fine. I'm gonna trust he's badass enough since he kicked my ass a couple times to take care of him.
So as we, round the copes or go over the tops of the copes, does this line up exactly with the dream? Is this the collapsed
Yes.
temple that I've seen? Are these the colors?
Absolutely.
I gasp a bit. This is the temple from my dreams.
Yes. I'm gonna look around. Where's the fire coming from?
From the middle of the ruins.
Does it look like it's like still ablaze, or like, hey, somebody camped here and made a
There's
fire?
smolder. There's like a little trail of smoke.
All right. So I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna have my jade armor on.
I grab her armor. Do you think this is wise? I understand, but it's just the two of us for now.
Indeed, but we must find out whether this has been released or not. We are not going. Picking up some of the rubble is not going to free the Oni. I can guarantee you that the wooden ceiling's not what's keeping it down there.
That is a trap.
It was your dream.
Indeed.
Okay. We can't just leave it here. Trap or no, it will infect the next person. We may be the only ones here for some time, or even a little bit qualified to handle such a situation.
We need an army of Shigenja. The two of us are not equipped to deal with a trapped, pissed off Oni, if that is indeed what's there. I understand your concerns. I am not saying no. However, it's two of us against one. And if this is indeed a trap, if he is actually trying to get out, we are walking into a death trap. It is concerning. I have no way of knowing if he's trapped for a while, or trapped forever, or trapped at all.
Right. Well, I dedicated my life, and I've been willing to sacrifice my life facing such creatures since I was born.
Clearly. You have the jade armor as well. That should help.
Indeed.
Indeed. Yes, I do.
Well, we cannot know it is here and do nothing.
I'm concerned for my own safety. He's clearly howling out to me.
Of course you are.
Here's what I propose. I have a bow. I have arrows. I shall stay within bow shot. If something does come amiss and attacks you, I will do what I can. But you have the jade armor. I think that you are the one, if this Oni is indeed still there, you're the one that can get there and get out with the least amount of damage.
Like the contempt is just like clear on my face.
I know, I can tell.
Very well.
We have to work together on this.
Clearly. Take your arrows. Be ready.
As you wish, as you say. So say we all.
And yeah, I'm going to turn and start heading up towards the little thing of smoke.
And you kind of...
Like ready. Like my Tetsuo is in my hand. Like I'm full ready to like... Yeah.
Okay.
Like everything I learned on the wall is happening at this moment.
Okay. You walk up and you recognize that you're walking through the sort of the entryway to the temple where you originally came in. And there was like a hallway, and there's collapsed rubble everywhere. Mm-hmm. And it's all burned up. Mm-hmm. And as you're walking, you realize that is that spot is the fire where the sword was, where, what was his name? Your old character.
Oh, yeah, right.
Masashi?
No,
that was
sorry,
old character. Yeah,
I've got it right here. I've got it.
I've forgotten my own character's name.
Kazuki.
Yeah, Kazuki, of course.
Where Kazuki like walked into the fire with the sword. Mm-hmm. That's where it's smoldering.
Okay. What is is it like embers still glowing?
There's a pile of rubble and rocks, and there's just smoke coming from underneath it.
Okay.
You're in your jade armor with your baseball bat. Your warriors come out to play.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be like Dave's little like fire spirit fucking with us.
Oh, that would have been brilliant.
Oh.
I would have totally done that.
Yes, you would have.
I didn't, though.
All right, so I'm going to go and... I have something. I'm going to poke at it with my Tetsuba.
Okay, all right.
Now, I don't know if you were here, but I was going to keep her covered with the bow.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to, then I will, be at the entranceway.
We can kind of move up to the side,
Yes,
and you probably
whatever
get a
it
better
takes.
shot of it.
But I don't want to go. I don't have a bunch of jade armor. I'm not going to walk right in there.
Right.
Coward.
Yeah, no, totally.
Prudent coward.
Good thing you left Crab Man.
They're not all suicidal.
I want some of them.
I
Did you bring these?
No, this is part of the candy that Bill sent. It's all English candy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the whole other bag was there too.
I was listening to the last show of this, and the exchanges when you go, you should go to the wall, and you go, why?
It's the most
Just
genuine.
made me giggle so much.
And I remember you because you were like,
Why?
why would I do that?
That seems like a silly proposition.
Does anybody want the other half of my sushi burrito?
Oh no,
They're very filling.
They
They're
are.
extremely
They're very good. They're
filling.
really good though.
very carby, as I'm finding out. Though.
Yes.
All right. So I'm covering her, and she's poking around in the ashes. Poke, poke, poke.
This is a brilliant idea.
Don't touch it. It's pure evil.
It's evil.
What did you do, Ray?
What did you do?
If there's a microwave,
I
just
want to
don't
be
open
clear.
it.
I'm not like digging it up.
Your mic is...
It's on.
It's not,
Oh,
pointing,
it turned-
it's not
sorry.
pointing toward your mouth.
That's what my wife says to me all the time. What did you do, Jim?
It's a Stay Puft Marshmallow.
Yeah, so I'm not like, and I mean, I do have Shadowlands knowledge, so it's very obvious that this is not like the rubble is not keeping an oath. Yeah, So moving the rubble around a little bit's not going to free that shit. So I'm just kind of poking to see if I could see anything else about the fire.
Okay. It seems to be deep. I mean, you start like moving like rocks and little bits of stuff out of the way, and it seems to be coming to deeper and deeper.
Okay, I'm going to stop at some point. I'm going to call back. Smith, did you have any more pieces of jade?
Yes.
Are we on you?
Yeah. Yes.
Now get over here. Bring one.
Okay. So go to the saddlebags and wrap and find a nice big piece of jade.
Shit. Dave's
Boy, that's a
now-
lot of dice.
Dave is rolling a whole shitload of dice.
Well, you probably see he's reading a scroll.
Oh.
You have to read a scroll to do that, don't you?
I think so.
I think so.
If you're casting a spell, yeah. Unless it's an innate ability, you spend points for that.
Because it's commune. It's not.
Oh, fuck.
But it's still
Well, that's... How many of those are you keeping, bro?
those.
Snaps.
I have succeeded.
Okay.
Choose a target number, and I have met it.
All right.
Pretty much.
Well,
That's not
here's
almost
the thing,
like
though,
your questions.
you might want to re-roll that because there are raises that can affect
Yeah, but I
stuff,
didn't call any raises.
Ah, right.
Remember, you got you got a front load in this game.
Yeah, I forget about that.
That's the game part of the game.
Ah, yes. Front loading.
You got to front load the risk.
So what are you going to do?
Oh,
What do you do?
I'm going to take... I'm hoping, because I know it's there. Like, if it's smoking, like... So I'm hoping by putting some jade there, we can at least have the jade absorb it enough for a while. Sort of like insulation, basically. To hopefully keep it from communicating with the other swords in some way, or to at least nullify it a little bit until we can get someone there to handle it.
At least poke it in the eye or something.
I'm actually looking to not do that. I really just want something...
Oh, just to put over it.
Yeah,
and then
literally.
like drop down in the. Okay.
No, like literally just to kind of keep it there. So until, because I can't destroy it, he can't destroy it, none of us can destroy it. Like basically just keep it more sealed. Maybe keep it from shouting out to its brothers until we can get someone there to handle it.
It's like, so you're thinking it's like kryptonite. So just keep it weak enough that it can't actually.
Sort of. I was thinking of it more like insulation, like soundproofing
Okay.
it. Like just put like a little seal over it.
I like the kryptonite reference. It
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
You know, you got kryptonite around it. It just weakens the Kryptonians enough that they can't actually be that
Yeah,
effective.
that's my hope.
Right. But I sent my second thing.
Oh,
Hey.
Dave's doing something nefarious, I'm sure.
Do I see him casting a spell?
oh yeah.
Did
Well,
he
he's.
mention anything to me about
Well,
it?
I mean, the fire comm is visible, right?
Not usually, no.
I would assume that they are. Okay.
If... I don't think I've ever done anything in front of you.
Unless
with
you
it.
summoned it completely. I
No.
don't think it would
I
be.
would say that air commie are the only ones that are invisible. Everything else, there's like a ball or a thing. It's a. You can't summon a water commie and not have like a little
I'm
droplet.
not summoning
Yeah, but he's not
anything.
summoning, he's
It's just
communicating.
commune.
I'm just.
So I'm using
Kinda
the
with
help
Stu.
of my little friendly one to communicate with the local one.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
But he definitely
I would
opened
say
something.
like
You got to do that.
I'm gonna see what the spirit world has to say.
Cool. I'm cool with that. But if you just randomly just pull out a scroll and start casting
No,
a
no.
spell, I'm going to go, hey.
I would say something on the walk.
You're
but-
doing the whole Mako.
That's the thing that you did. Was like, yeah. So good.
All right.
Everything's fine.
Nothing you see here.
Yeah.
But I'm not making any moves to turn around my horse. I'm not doing anything.
Should we leave? You guys want to have a whole
No.
thing?
This is all happening simultaneously.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys keep playing out your scene. Like, it's cool.
Okay.
I mean, we're done. Like, I put the
He gives you like a little fragments of it to sort of put over the.
Can I suggest maybe we drive a small spike into the ground? Because this whole ground, I think, is tainted, the whole area. By driving a spike in, it will at least inconvenience him and perhaps slow him enough. But I think your instincts are right. I don't think he's gone. And I can tell from the dreams that he's pissed. He's down there, he can't get out. And I think Jade will slow the process, but eventually he will reach out to someone and he will get out.
And especially this close to a road.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Yeah, is that something? Oh.
From the north, you guys heard it too.
Probably right when I snap out of the
Right.
concentration, I'm like, it knows
You
something's
snapped out of the
coming.
concentration. I already have my weapon in my hand. I'm
He's walking up to you. Oh,
it-
are you all right now?
Wait, so is that a lion roar that you played?
It sounds a little bit like a lion roar, but
Okay.
it's
Fucked up.
yeah.
Oh, good.
The presence here knows that someone's coming.
Simultaneously, we say, the presence here knows that someone is coming.
It's like a split screen.
So we hear that too at the temple?
Yes.
Do you have any one of those tea candies?
They're over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want one.
They're good.
I suggest you prepare yourself for Battlesmith.
Clearly. Can you tell me what happened here so that I know what we were facing?
The monks burned down the temple. Perhaps you should put armor on. This may not be the best time for a story.
I think we should go get them.
I'm going to start putting like the jade in the
The
ground a
presence
little
coming
bit.
is strong.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll keep it from rising if the other thing gets here. Like, at this point,
How
it
about
can't
this? Let's just stay on the road right here and meet them when they come up.
All right.
The last thing I want to do is make either of them more suspicious towards you. And there seems to be
I
plenty of
understand.
that going around.
I'm going to get off my horse
Okay.
and start to organize my scroll pack. Probably take off my dusty traveling overrobe.
Well, after I heard that, what I'm doing is getting off my horse. I'm going to the wagon. I'm getting my armor, and I'm putting it on.
Okay.
We should not meet them here. We should go out on the road. If we can reach up with our companions. The last thing I want to do is face two Oni at once here.
Indeed.
We've done what we can here. Perhaps it will stop him, if nothing else, slow him. At worst, it pisses him off more. But
We should try and stop the other monster before it gets here.
you are wise.
How far away did this growling seem?
A ways. Either that or it's really big.
That was complete non-answer. Thank you.
See, it's either it's bad or it's worse.
It's either really loud and far away, or not as loud and closer.
That's not a non-answer.
That is a non-answer. Those are the only two possibilities.
It sounded very far away,
Could have been throwing his voice.
but it also might be very large and might be farther away than you think it is,
That's what.
which could be good and could be bad.
It's bad later. It's good now.
Right.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, geez. Now that hose is growling, eh?
And now it's kind of sounding like it's coming a little bit from the east,
Like it changed?
like it's traveling.
Oh. But not like a full cardinal point direction change.
It's like over here.
And the first time we heard it, it was where?
Like if that's due north, it was coming from like on ahead on the road, and now it's kind of
Does it sound closer?
maybe 45 degrees off.
That's
Oh
a
shit!
significant
That's
change.
super significant.
It's super
Have
fast.
we noticed that too?
You wouldn't have heard as much of a difference in the distance, but you would have heard it a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
Okay.
we're in a temple. All right, we should get out.
This thing is coming here. It is not traveling on the road.
It is fast, and it is closer than I thought.
We have no way of... I love that these are two conversations that are happening
Yeah.
opposite. For those of you who can't see us, Dave is talking to Jim, and I am talking to Stork, and we're in two completely separate places. So when you hear us talking, we're talking to that specific other person.
Yeah.
But I dig the idea of it's like the crosshatch.
It 100%, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
in the movie where you cut to one conversation and cut to the other one.
It's a very Tarantino moment.
Yeah.
Like 24. It's like your
Yeah.
scene, and then our scene, and then there's
Exactly.
It's just a lion's roar.
It is coming here, and we have no way of intercepting it any other place. If we leave, this place will be unprotected.
Surely we don't want to battle it right here. Perhaps we can take it 30 or 40 feet out, at least on the outskirts
I
of
think
this
you're right.
temple.
Let's go back.
I really don't want to do this.
I will
on
engage
top of
it
the other.
as soon as
I
I
will
see
take
it.
the risk with our friends.
Let's go back.
Whether that is on top here or somewhere else, but I will not leave
So
this spot until
We'll leave
I
the
know.
wagon here. Just take the horses, get their back.
So
as quickly
I'll
as we can.
start strapping on my Ashikaga armor like it's going to do any good.
Okay.
But whatever it is, it's pretty battle worn. It's just dusty and old.
Shigaro armor isn't that bad, actually. It's pretty good.
But it hasn't been used in a long time.
Okay, so I've armored up. We are leaving the wagon by the side of the road, and we're just taking those horses, the ponies, and we're going back as quickly
Quickly as you can. Okay, so you guys see them probably coming up over the hill, coming towards you.
While I'm strapped
like
on
at a
the last.
gallop.
Who's riding in front?
I am.
Okay.
He's probably way better with the horse than I am, so for sure.
Then I relax.
One hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably just barely hanging on. Like,
So yeah, as soon as we're within like eye shot, and I basically I'm waving my Tessin at them. It's sort of like trying to signal, we heard that. Did you fucking hear that?
You probably see me like already in my armor with my Tetsubo in hand.
You see me fully armored as well.
Yep. And he's getting dressed.
Yeah,
So-
you see me strapping down the last of my armor. Very calm.
I don't look calm at all.
Just I'm modeling my character after the remember the Magnificent Seven?
Yes.
Right, of course, Seven Samurai, and the James Coburn character. That's who he is.
Okay.
For horrible arthritis.
Yeah, he's got twisted old hands in his later years, but back then he was
good
a
then.
stud.
I basically write up and says, did you hear that?
Indeed, we're ready to make a stand.
It's coming, and it knows where this spirit is.
You sure you were the crab? Your instincts are very good.
There's a giant roar in the air. Anyone can tell there's a problem.
But he was the one that predicted that it was calling out. It was very astute.
Did I predict that it was calling?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
You voiced it because I told you over
Yeah,
the hill.
yeah.
No.
Oh no, we were all told that these Oni communicate with each other in some way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going, and I was simply applying the best logic I could and using whatever information that you're knowledgeable.
Let's pat ourselves on the back another time. Perhaps we should prepare for a fight.
Let's see if we can set up some quick barricades. I start picking up like pieces of lumber that are half burnt down and trying to stack them up into some defensive measures. I'm trying to put some kind of defensive measures around an area where we're at.
Be careful not to disturb the jade in the ground.
Height.
I'll get off my horse. I'll pull out a scroll. And
We
start.
have the advantage to know that we know where it is going. It's trying to get to the center of this temple where that smoke is coming from. We have the advantage of being able to ambush it and inconvenience it on its way there.
Has putting the jade in the ground done anything with the smoke? Has it stopped?
With your hunting, you might be able to set up some traps.
I don't know if we have enough time to start digging up the forest, but I do have a bow, and I do know how to hide.
I have a bow as well, and basically in the barricade, I'm sitting. I put down my quiver of arrows, and I actually separate out some of that and put them in different locations around the fortification, so I can just move from one place to another.
Okay.
And have some arrows.
Okay.
I'm afraid I was not able to get to attaching jade to our arrowheads yet, and I don't have time to do it now.
Well, hopefully the
happened
blessings
so-
of the Kami will be with us.
This has happened so quickly.
The local spirits, they're afraid. but they support our cause.
Well done, Shigenja.
And I am very glad to hear it.
Yay!
Yay!
Nice, good roll.
I have armor.
Oh, excellent.
I don't think it's...
It's now coming from due east.
So it's circling. Just like a lion.
I don't think it has a physical appearance effect.
Okay, so I didn't remember this, but friends have. There was a spring here. Wasn't there a blessed spring here when we played it in FFG beta?
Maybe? There might have been a spring.
Is it still there? Or is it dried up?
It's probably there. It was probably. I think it was out in front, if I recall correctly.
Something like that, yeah. Okay.
It is now.
Right.
Would a blessed spring be helpful in this situation?
Maybe. Could be. Couldn't hurt.
Okay.
Is it the demon or your dogs?
That was my dog.
Is it demon dog?
That is a demon dog.
Yeah,
Actually,
they're demon dogs. They're not in the
literally
game,
a
but-
demon dog. That's the one demon dog. The other dog is very sweet.
Not nearly as good as a diamond dog.
No.
All right, yeah, I'm going to... and since I'm already dressed and ready, and it's still obviously a little bit far away, I'm going to start sprinkling the blessed water, like, around the ground. I don't know what else to do with this.
No, that's a really great idea.
Yeah. Sure.
I would pull a supernatural and have, like, bottles of the holy water, like, ready to throw at the thing, but I don't have any glass bottles.
If I'd had more time, we could have ground up some jade and put it in there.
Yeah.
That's our go-to move.
It worked really well.
Tainted drinking fountain.
Have some jade tea.
Yeah.
Oni.
Oni. All right, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Anyone else
I'm as
think
ready as
anything?
I'm going to
No, we're not going to
Wait.
fight. This is where the story ends. He's going to do this, and we're going to have to wait 2 weeks.
We have another hour.
Okay.
We're good. We're going to fight the shit out of
But
this
it's
thing.
Stu. He might absolutely do shit like that. Like, we're going to end early tonight because this is awesome. And you have to wait.
No, we'll go ahead and do it.
Do the thing.
Now it's coming from due south.
Great. It's super fast or super close. But, may I put a blessing of the kami on you?
Indeed.
Okay. I wanted to ask first.
I appreciate. Consent is important.
I don't want you to stab me in the face when I try and do it.
And we'll not do that now.
I'm going to get with the raises. Oh! A raise is 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Spend
Gamble.
a void. You can spend a void if you
Declare
want.
that raise.
Do it. The way you've been rolling?
You said north.
It's moved from
East.
north, east,
East.
south.
No, it's south.
Never eat shredded.
Yeah.
Hasn't gotten to wheat yet.
Well, there's also the possibility that it's not the same one.
I didn't feel more than one,
Oh, okay.
but now I'm concerned.
Now that you,
Thanks.
bring that up.
Everything we were ready to fight, and now shit. I'm going to go for 1 raise. Can I also put a blessing upon you?
Please, I would welcome.
I'm going to look for the high ground because when you're a samurai Jedi,
You're on it.
I'm going to find a broken wall or a corbel or something and
Yeah,
set my
it's-
archery up there.
That's exactly what I was doing. I was trying to set up any type of fortified or defensible position in high ground that we could find.
I did it.
Sweet. What is the effect of that?
So hold on, I'll read it to you in a second.
Okay.
Never alone. The fire element's knowledge and understanding, strengthening your allies. You receive a bonus to all attack rolls, skill rolls, and trait rolls equal to 3. So you get 3 extra.
Okay.
3 extra dice?
Mm-hmm.
Or a bonus of flat plus 3?
It
So
says
many questions.
a bonus to all attack rolls, skill rolls, and trait rolls equal to my fire ring.
Okay. I would think that that's just a flat plus 3.
A +3. Yeah.
Okay.
Not plus
and
3 dice.
It
Now,
works.
plus 3 dice plus 3.
It works until the spell expires naturally, or if you fail a roll, or take damage.
Okay.
Okay.
So don't suck. Gotcha.
No, wait.
Now, did you do the spell on her too?
Her and
Okay.
I'm the only
Did
one
you
that
make
isn't-
both rolls?
it was one roll.
Oh, it's one
as
roll.
a raise I can declare for additional targets.
Okay, got it.
But I wasn't confident enough to try and go for all 3. I should have because I made it, but
You've been rolling like thunder, man.
That's what he
But the
does.
one time
Until
that
it
you're
counts.
counting on it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Knocking on wood.
It is now coming from the direction you came from, and it is getting louder. And then
And then we roll for initiative. I should probably look up what my initiative is.
I'm going to run to the restroom. Look what's all
Okay.
All right.
it's something keep something.
And I'm going to throw that. I'm
Yeah, get that away.
decisioning now.
Yeah,
it's keep your reflexes, right?
There it is.
I believe it
it's
is.
right here. Yeah.
So if you're rank 1, it'll be 4, keep 3. If you're rank 2, it'll be 5, keep 3.
5, keep 4. Depends on your rank, man.
Yeah, you're right.
My reflexes aren't that high, but I got an 18.
Do you want
That's
to?
not
Do you
bad.
want to? Are you ready?
that's not bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Mexican. All right. Keep. It's a
What
5,
did you
keep
get?
4. What did I say? It was 5, keep 4.
18. I don't know why I leaned to you to say that instead of just looking at my microphone.
Ichiro.
Eat you. Hey, you get out of here, you woolly demons.
What?
Hi, Baloo.
I got 17.
17. Which
Doggos.
Let's go.
I'm sorry. What? Talk. Yes.
Hey, watch your tails and watch yourself on the
Oh,
floor.
10. That's another 10. Yeah.
Get out.
Nice.
You're a good boy, but get out.
That is
Stop.
13,
Good boy.
21, 31, 41.
41?
Delia.
Yeah. He
41?
He had 2 raises.
Yeah, I rolled a bunch of 10s.
Mako, right?
Yeah. What you sweetie baby. You got to go outside now.
Marco is the
Come on, Baloo.
bushy with
Come on,
the
Delia.
initiative today.
Go outside. Outside. Go. Out. Get out. Good boy.
All right,
Out.
doggos.
Come on,
Out.
Baloo. Baloo.
You're not helping. You're not helping. Jim.
I'm trying to untangle him from the microphone
Oh,
cables
okay.
is what I'm
I
doing.
thought there was scratching of the ears.
Oh, no.
Out.
I'm trying to
Let's go.
have him not ruin the electronics while he's trying to get out.
She.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll give you pets out here. You're going to get so many pets until Dahlia comes outside. Yes, you are. No,
That's always a great way to get her to come to the show. Say, why are you giving so much attention to him?
well, I got one.
Get back out.
Baloo, come on.
Out.
No, over here. Out the door. One.
See, he's intentionally obtuse
Yeah.
when it comes to leaving
Oh yeah.
someplace.
Oh yeah.
Dick move.
Oh, Dahlia.
I was just watching Caesar Milan, the ghost whisperer, the dog whisperer.
Have you given up,
Astonishing.
Dave, when we do it?
Astonishing.
I got it.
Okay.
You're gonna use the voice. Dukes.
That's the voice that works. Can you grab me a beer out of the...
All right. Sorry.
And while you're, can I get a beer as well?
Alright.
They're rolling initiative.
Oh, good.
Go ahead and roll.
All right.
Initiative.
What is that again?
Reflexes? Is it reflexes?
Yeah, it's reflexes plus skill rank, keep reflexes. Plus school rank,
Plus
keep
school.
reflexes.
Insight rank.
Insight rank, yeah.
If
So-
you're
Reflexes
one,
plus- yeah, I'm still 1.
then it's
And your reflexes is 3, it's 4, keep 3.
Yeah. I'm going to re-roll that one since it wasn't on the tray. It was a 3. I didn't think it could get worse than that. I was wrong.
Looks like you're looking at a 6.
Yep, that is...
That's okay. Because you know what?
Hey, going last
Sometimes
sometimes
being
is a good
last
thing.
is the best choice.
I agree.
That's fine.
What's your character's name? Makiko?
Yeah.
It's been the question of the night. All of us.
And what'd you get? 8? 6?
6.
On how many dice?
Oh my God, you're so
On
judgy.
3 dice. Keep 3. I got 6.
You're so judgy.
You're
My
dice
highest
shaming now.
yeah, my highest number was a 3.
Welcome to my
You
world.
should be
Kimmy.
dice shaming. You should be dice threatening.
Well,
For a minute, she
it
got
sort of
confused
makes
and thought it was
sense
GURPS.
though, because they all have ranged attacks,
That's true.
and I don't. So the dice is just making it make the most sense.
Kimmy's been having problems with her dice, I think, for a long time. And you were blaming me, if I remember correctly.
We are having a fight. We're in a fight.
Why are you out of dice?
Actually, no, they were
What you
really
should
good
do
last
is just
game.
hang
I
out with a
said-
bunch of other dice to
Yeah.
make these dice jealous.
Yeah. I just have to roll the
Dice
crane
shaming?
dice because the crane dice rolled like magic that one game not that long ago. So
Like,
they're
what-
just pissed that I'm mixing them with the other non L5R dice. All right.
I
Well,
used to think I
Well,
was
Jim
special.
got all the initiative ever, so why don't
Yeah,
you
he-
take like 10
Jim
strikes?
rolled a 41.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Jim goes first.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go first, we're all leaving right now.
Well, you can see the top of its mane and the top of its tail, which looks like it's some sort of snake. I have hiccups.
You know what's good for that?
I've never seen a snake with hiccups. But I'd want to.
Yeah. Actually, kind of want to see that.
Trust in me.
Okay.
Jungle Book reference, really? It's not working for you? Okay.
I was going with Sir Hiss.
Yeah, that's right. Robin Hood reference? Come on, Disney, all the way.
I'm sorry.
Serpentor with hiccups. You want to go G.I. Joe?
And you can see two little columns of smoldering smoke coming up from behind them.
Okay. Shit. Well, if I can see some of it, I'm going to try to take a shot at it with my bow.
Okay.
Big money.
Nah, that's crap.
Some whammies.
17.
Nope.
Oh, wow. My bow is actually pretty good.
I'm number 2.
At an 18. Yeah.
I'm number 2. I'm number 2. Ah. How far away is it?
You've got to still answer questions. Just deal with the hiccups. It's fine.
In feet, approximately.
Probably 50 feet away.
Oh, okay.
Jade Strike for the win.
That's the right choice
It
then.
is the
is
best
the
spell
only choice.
ever.
No, the other choice, but it only has a 30-foot range.
I know. It's the one that grabs and pulls them in, yeah.
No, I don't have that one.
Oh, it's so good.
It didn't directly translate.
So good.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry, no, 20, because I have +3.
It's still not.
You missed?
I missed, so now I no longer get a +3.
Shit.
Well, I had to take a shot, man.
Yeah, no, you did.
Gotta find the range.
It was a ranging shot, exactly.
Trace a bullet.
There's a 10. That's good.
10, 9,
6.
5. So 11, 20, 30. 39.
Okay.
That's a very good shot.
That's not a to-hit roll, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that will hit. So its armor TN is somewhere between 21 and 39.
We're
We
narrowing
got
it
it.
down.
We got it.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
Fire
'cause
for
that's
effect?
going to do what they do. That's always been a pet peeve of mine. It's like, okay, here's the target number.
What am I rolling for?
What's that going to do? You're
17.
still going to roll.
Damage.
Nice.
Of Jade.
Right. That's important. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jade Strike for the win. Because I think that does... Is it...
It doesn't do more, it
killing
just
damage
does
and stuff.
some.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, it's pretty much almost guaranteed damage against Shadowland stuff. Which
It is the magic missile for Shadowlands.
Right. Takashi.
I'm going to take a shot at this sucker.
Do it.
With a bow.
Do it.
Are you?
I see 2 ones
20.
in there. What do I have here? It was a... it's a 6, keep 4.
So it's 22.
You keep everything but the ones.
Yeah. Good enough.
You miss.
Wait, what?
Now we're within 22
Yeah, you miss.
and 30.
Son of a bitch.
Twang. It's moving fast.
And now it's its turn.
Okay.
Well, we knew.
Yeah.
We knew.
I knew. We knew. Yeah.
It bounds over the hill, and it's alarmingly fast.
Okay.
It's big. It's probably about.
You said 2 human shoulders high?
It's about maybe 10 feet tall at the shoulders.
Yeah.
So with its head, it's probably another 5 feet. So it's about 15 feet tall, and it has big
If only we
lion-like
could find a
paws.
3-story building, we'd be safe.
Is it a quadruped or is it walking around like a human?
It is a quadruped.
Okay.
It's a quadruped.
I keep picturing Barkley, the dog from Sesame Street, only bigger.
No, it doesn't look like anything like
lot
Something
more
like a
teeth.
big foo dog is what I
Yeah, a big
It's
food
got
dog.
it's got green eyes, and there's like this smoke coming out of the.
Oh, shit, it's got green eyes?
Yeah, is that bad?
Yeah, cool.
I know who wants to marry
Yeah,
it.
right. Right, I do too.
I don't get your reference.
Well, if Kurt Russell were here,
Oh, okay.
You tell that Oni I wrote the check in the mail.
check is
No,
in the mail.
indeed.
Yeah, throw them away. We don't need more candy.
And it
like
bounds
candy.
over. And where are you in relation to the archers and the spell thrower? I need sort of like a spatial understanding of.
I
who's
would
where.
I would be hoping that the Shugenja would be standing behind us as we're marching.
Yeah, I'd probably be with them with bows.
Okay.
And I planted myself between where it was coming from and that hole. So I probably haven't had a lot of time to move farther away from the hole, but
So I'm going to assume that you are closest.
probably.
Okay.
That's
Right,
probably
and I'm
a
up
good-
on some rubble because, like I did say, take the high ground. So, however high that is, I'm not sure I expected it to be 10 plus feet high.
Right. Okay.
So I may just put it at eye level.
Do you get a bonus to hit something?
I
It's huge?
don't know. That's up to the GM.
You might.
If you have the high ground,
Well, I'm just curious because I'm not.
You've got the high ground. I don't know if there is a size bonus. I'm not sure. It's usually, for most stuff, it's baked into the armor TM, I would assume.
Right, maybe.
I'm going to make the obvious joke, but I don't necessarily mean it as a joke. Size should matter.
Right.
It really, it's a big thing, whether to hit it or and even damage-wise.
Yeah,
And
but
yes,
if it's
and yes,
armor
it's an
rating
easy
is
joke,
lower.
but I actually mean that in the official sense.
Uh, 27, 34, 41.
41. My base armor is
47.
25.
Is your armor TM over 47?
It is not.
Okay.
But do I have a?
That was a fantastic roll, by the
That
way.
was a fantastic roll. Do I get a bonus for it being Jade though? Because I don't have that written down.
Oh, he's hitting you. This when I
Right.
roll, I haven't rolled damage
But
yet.
you get the jade armor.
But I've got the Jade armor on, so does it protect me?
It's going to
extra in any
protect
way?
you from the Shadowland taint.
Okay, so that's all.
That's mostly what it does.
Okay, so not okay.
Not damage, but you will not
Right.
end up.
Your armor
corrupted.
is armor, but it's absorbing.
No, this is a good thing because
It's
you will
absorbing.
not be corrupted.
No,
It's absorbing.
No, it's great.
The
I was just
Shadowland taint.
hoping it might protect me a little more too. I'm good. It won.
Can we take those dice away from him?
There, yeah.
This is not as good of a roll.
Oh, good.
Yay!
24.
Okay. No problem. That's crippled, right?
No.
Wait,
You get some.
You have an armor. You have an
Oh,
armor.
right, that's
armor
right. I
TN. Does it
yeah,
does it
sorry.
get past your TN? Because I
No, it
think-
100% did. Got past my TN.
No.
So
What's your armor TN?
30. You were
Well, 24 didn't.
24
I thought
did
you
not.
rolled-
No. The armor TN is to hit. That was
Oh.
the
Yeah,
47
that was the
number.
47 he rolled. This is the damage.
Now it's the armor reduction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
so I-
there's
so-
a flat reduction that you take off, and then you go
What
ahead
is it?
and
I don't know
apply
what mine is.
damage. Heavy armor should be 3, I believe.
Okay, so
What was
24
it?
minus 3.
So it's 21.
Okay.
And then you have it's 5 times stamina. Is it stamina? What do they
Earth
use?
ring.
Earth ring.
Okay.
So 5 times your earth ring is your first box because you have all those boxes.
Right, okay.
And then each other one is 2 times your earth ring. Right, 2 times, right?
And what was the damage you said?
21 after your armor.
That puts her right at nicked.
Well, it depends on her earth ring.
My other thing is 4.
Yeah.
so she's
four
badass.
is a 20.
Oh yeah, it is.
Right.
So
She's still healthy.
So
that's
you're
my
still-
first row thing.
The total, what I said, the
Well,
total
you're
was
in the
24,
nick
so it's
then.
21 because your armor.
Okay. So I take 1 point of damage. Okay.
Well, no, you take
one box of damage.
No, you take all of your.
All of
you
your
need to write
healthy.
in the numbers here.
Okay, I haven't done that.
What are you looking up, Jim?
I'm looking up range attacks, and I'm looking up the different types.
Next
of
to healthy
arrowheads,
0,
and I'm looking at a
Right,
bunch of-
whatever
Okay.
5 times your Earth is.
long
Each
as it helps
other
me.
one you write
Yeah,
twice your
it's
Earth.
helpful.
Got it, okay.
To all
That's
of
your
us.
total number of hit points.
Okay.
That total. But however many you've taken causes a penalty to everything you do.
Everything.
Got it. And someone said that crab have damage reduction?
Do you have a technique that gives you damage reduction? Do you know what your techniques do?
Okay, well, look. Nobody's hit me before. I haven't had to do this. Many have tried.
This
106 for
the cool
completion.
program that we sent out actually does all that math for you and puts it in boxes, which I found because math not my strongest of points.
Cool.
Very happy.
Tried and
have it.
failed, tried and died.
I don't know. I don't have any stances written down. So
Yeah.
it's cool. It's
It
fine.
would be a school technique.
Yeah. it's
What
a
was your school?
She's a Hida
Bushi.
family.
So
Hitabushi School, rank 1. You ignore TM penalties for wearing heavy armor for your skill rolls and stealth. When you using heavy armor, you gain the bonus of 1, keep 0 to a total of all damage rolls.
no. So nothing that reduces damage. It's
No.
all just giving the damage. Okay.
And rank 2 gives you some stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
You gain reduction equal to your Earth rank at rank 2.
Uh-huh.
So fucking close. God damn it.
I know. Just points away.
Okay.
Rank 2.
You guys added in last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the 5
Okay.
points. Yeah, I'm like 3 points away from rank 2.
I'm 1
All right.
point.
So then I'm just nicked, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a die penalty in parentheses next to that. Mm-hmm. That's the die penalty, whatever that die penalty is.
Any roll you make
Plus
is
the
3 harder.
Okay.
So you'll subtract 3 from every roll.
So
I'm
well,
sorry,
now I'm
damage
damaged,
reduction
so I
for
lost
heavy
my
armor
blessing
is
too.
5.
Sorry.
Damage
Oh, yeah,
reduction
this
for
is
heavy armor is
blessing-
5.
Oh,
Cool.
okay, so you're at
Great.
19.
My blessing
Light
only
armor
rolls
is
No,
3.
5.
attacks and
What-
rolls.
Oh,
still
Yeah,
okay.
so you rolled how many total?
It was worth a try.
Was it 24 total?
So she only took 19.
So you only took 19.
Yeah, because your heavy armor gives you a damage reduction of 5. Light armor gives you a 3. I was wrong.
Write that down.
Yeah.
That's important.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Your heavy armor gives you a damage reduction of 5, not
Okay.
3.
Oh,
So you
got
took
it.
2 less points.
So you took 2 less points of damage. So
So
you're
you're
probably
still
not
healthy.
nicked.
I'm still healthy. Yes.
Yeah, with an Earth of 4, you probably are.
So you haven't suffered a wound yet.
No.
Then.
So then I still have my
You
blessing.
still have your blessing.
So my armor's actually still only light armor.
So it's okay. This is what happens because I switched character sheets, and now I just have to fill it all in again. And I forgot to do that, and I forgot how to do it now. So I'll do the thing. It's fine.
It's
I'll
five.
read
It's 5 times Earth, and then 2 times Earth for the rest.
it.
Of
Yeah.
it. Okay. And now it's Mikiko's turn. It attacked you.
And you have +3.
It is upon you. Allah tried to bite you.
I'm gonna
Probably tried to claw you,
hit the fuck out of it with my Tetsubo.
and it probably hit you, and knocked you a little bit over here.
Okay.
And you're like, suck it.
Why I oughta.
Keep
Crane
3.
fire.
So 9. Oh, and a 10 and a 7.
Is that a 1? It's a 1.
That's 26. So roll the 10 again.
I know. And an 8.
34. 4. You hit.
Excellent. All right.
All right, we've narrowed that field once again.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, did you put the niblets in the?
No, I didn't get
You
to it yet.
did not put the
No.
niblets in the thing.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. We meant to. We've had this discussion, but yes.
That means it gets to use its reduction.
Yeah.
Niblets.
8, 5, and 4. So 17.
She's using her Tetsubo. It's -2 damage reduction just because it's a Tetsubo.
Okay. All right. So that would make.
Crush
So what was your total again? I'm sorry.
Of damage right now?
Yes.
17.
17.
So it's -2 damage?
No. Armor reduction is
Oh, armor
is
reduction.
subtracted
Okay,
from,
sorry.
right.
Yeah.
I like sort of half heard what you said. Cool.
Did you smash? You don't cut.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tetsubo smash.
Well, Tetsubos are designed to work against armored targets. That's what
Right.
they're for.
You get to
Hammers
the
and that.
juicy bits.
That's when
Right.
When they figured out the baseball bats were effective against knights in armor. They were
Yeah.
like, once they get a dent in it, they can't wait to get it off.
So
Then you subtract it each time.
Yeah.
So now we're back up
15,
to the
25,
top. It is
35,
Mako's turn.
45.
Okay. I see that she's engaged with it directly.
Yes.
I drop my bow, grab my Tetsubo, and charge it.
Okay. All right. You can get to it
Part of my-
this turn and still attack.
All right. Attack stance.
Oh, it's 2 times, right?
So that would be 28.
Wow, that's a lot of 10s and 9s.
So it's the total of the damage, not what's
I
left.
see 2
Okay,
7s.
never mind.
Keeping 4. Says 10, 20, 30, plus 16. That'll be that 46.
You hit.
All right.
Outside the parameter.
And 6 keep 3 is
And
my
your
damage.
Tetsubo does have Jade on it,
Jade.
correct? Okay.
Studs on it, yeah. That's not bad. It's still, what? That's 14, 18 points.
18.
Big money.
Oh, man. This thing's fucking tough.
What? Yes.
Well, Oni, yeah, should
Yeah.
be.
That's how you get a scar.
Yep.
Okay. Next is Ichiro.
All right, it's time.
Do the thing. Kill it in the face.
All over the face.
Yeah.
Actually, you can take a raise just for to like focus on the face.
Remember, you can spend a void.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to go for any raises for damage?
Well, I first have to do something.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, you're casting. You go over the raises, and then that's what.
Yeah, but this isn't. I'm
Oh, you're doing
casting
something
to-
different.
yeah.
Sounds good.
He's
It's not
running
a
away.
direct
Shigenja
damage
have a
spell.
different set of rules.
This is his running away spell.
I played a Shigenja and I actually really liked it.
I'm just like, this is looking bad.
No snap. Don't snap.
I can snap. I can't clap.
Don't snap, because then everything happens.
You can clap.
I'm not going to slap myself for comedic effect.
Okay.
Hand on one hand. There you go.
Sound of one
I'll go
hand
for a
clapping and
raise.
fapping.
The sound of one hand fapping.
You use both hands.
I
Impressive.
made it.
Impressive.
Okay.
There's a 10 in there.
So my-
Some 9s.
I pull out the scroll, I tuck it under my good arm, then I reach over and I unbutton the fabric on my missing arm.
Mm-hmm.
It rolls down, and then I unfurl the scroll and I start to read, and then out of my sleeve, the coil of fire extends and pools around on the ground at my feet.
Okay.
That's really creepy.
Yeah. Quit manipulating the elements in a creepy way.
How
It's
close?
not as bad as when I played a warlock in that 5e game, because I had the like creepy licky tongue
Right.
void.
I'm next. Am I close enough to
Yes.
get to him in one round with the sword,
Yes.
or am I?
Absolutely.
Or should I?
It's up to you. You can bound over and strike him with your sword, or you can shoot him from here.
I'm going to shoot him from here.
Okay.
I think because I am completely unprotected. Yeah. So we're just going to keep going the shooting. Oh wait,
They watched you put on armor.
can I do a call shot?
Howard.
Yes, you can do a. Let me
Now,
get my.
A call
little
shot
rules
is
out.
variable raises.
The thing is, now
I
that
know.
I've looked it up, yeah, the arrows make a difference.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the arrows.
What is the difference?
There's a dramatic difference in damage.
So there's a 2 keep 3 arrow, which is your standard flesh cutter arrow, but it doubles the armor TN of the opponent because it's designed to go up against unarmored targets. There's an armor piercing arrow that completely ignores armor TN, but only does 1 keep 1 damage. That's all the damage it can do.
We had a long discussion the first couple of times we did this about carrying around various arrows and stuff, and it was really basically said that it was agreed upon that we all were carrying mostly average arrows.
whatever
We'd
the
have, like,
willow's
1 or 2.
feather
Yeah.
or whatever they were
Yeah.
called, willow something. Yeah.
But I think we agreed that we had like 1 or 2, because if you carried around a bunch of them, people looked at you suspiciously. It was a big deal. So let me ask the GM, what are my options with arrows?
You
Do
probably have at least 1 or 2 of every kind, I would imagine.
Okay. I'm going to pick out the one that is the best against
cutting through armor, which I guess is the
Armor
The
piercing.
armor piercing, but it only does one keep one.
But the thing is, you could take raises to add to the rollers.
Yes.
So I want to aim for an eyeball.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me find where.
Now, of course, with cold shot, you basically get disarm, extra attack, feint, guard, increased damage, or knockdown. I don't think you actually have a cold shot for eyeball. So let me back up here. Can you knock down with an arrow?
You probably make somebody stumble.
Yeah.
What's your void?
I'm going to go with increased damage.
Yeah,
your
because
vo-
your
what-
void maxes out the number of raises you can do.
Void is right somewhere.
Bottom ring.
I'm looking. Two. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So
Right there, 2.
The max number of raises you can call in a turn is 2.
Okay.
So you're going to call 1.
Sure.
So that's going to increase his armor TN to hit.
You need,
So-
but the armor
you
piercing.
need 4 raises to hit an eyeball.
Do I?
Yeah,
That's what it says.
That's a regular size eyeball. I'd say 2 raises.
All right.
It's a big eye.
It's a big eye.
And it raises a 10.
It raises 5.
5
Raises
points
5.
So you're now adding 10 to his armor TN, which I'll tell you right now is 25.
All right.
But it
Yeah, but if
ignores
it's an armor
piercing.
piercing, all of the armor part of his TN goes away. All he has is basically the agility.
Ooh, I don't know
the
how to
reflex
calculate
baseline.
that because I got it from the.
What do you know? What his reflexes are? Or at least his water ring.
His reflexes are 5.
His reflex 5, so it means that he's a base 25 just because reflex.
Oh, okay,
He doesn't
right.
have any armor at all.
I'm going to spend a void.
Okay. You added a die for the void.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a roller and a keeper.
You can do it.
It's all 10s. I hit.
Okay. All right.
If you revealed it and it was, I would have
Yeah,
walked out of
I would
the
have had your baby like right there.
Yeah, it's not
You need
nearly as good.
35.
I've got what do I need?
35.
I got a 9. I got a 6.
Ocho.
I got an 8. Oops. I knew that was going to happen. I got an 8. What was it? It was 6 keep 4, but it went up. So
So it's, with the void point, so it's 6 keep 5.
Keep 5.
Yeah.
where am I?
Except
at
you
now?
rolled 7 dice.
Well,
Oh no, but you added for the void.
right.
Okay.
And that. So you have, there's 10, there's 22 plus 9, not quite. It's
Just
So
29.
31. Yeah, 29, yeah, 29.
Close. You probably went, and it's probably sitting in his mane.
So
Well,
close.
that's like polar bear fur.
Yes.
Sons of bitches.
Bastards.
You can't even use a shotgun to fight a polar bear.
That was my move.
Now it's
A
moved.
legitimate move with a bow. Come
Actually,
on.
yeah, very much so.
Who hurt him the most? You hurt him the most.
I did?
He's going to attack you.
Snippy snaps.
I didn't deter him at all.
She did a lot of
Oh,
damage,
you did
though.
do a lot of damage.
She tore him up.
I thought with the Jade Strike.
Yeah.
Okay, he'll attack you then.
Selling me
My
out,
point.
man.
Well,
I was quietly sitting here with my tentacle firearm.
Whew.
That's a 0, and that's a 0, and the L.
So that's a hit.
Yeah, I don't even need to calculate. What's your armor TN?
30.
But he didn't call any raises, so
I didn't call any
beyond 30,
raises.
Fuck him.
right?
28,
It's possible.
34,
No, not anymore.
No,
44.
That's enough.
It's done. It's done.
Quit showing off,
48.
dude.
I believe you.
But you didn't call any raises, so
I rolled a lot of zeros.
again.
Yes.
Can we take those dice from him?
Yeah, I know.
You keep saying that.
Here, I'll touch them.
You can touch them all you want. Doesn't help. GM dices are immune to your curse.
That's a lie.
He's co-GM'd with me.
Yeah.
He's watched me take a big
15,
bad
25, 31,
Yeah.
33.
Okay.
So,
So subtract the armor reduction.
So it was, you said 33?
So 28
35?
damage.
So it's 28 damage.
28 damage. Okay. So I'm nicked now.
Well, in addition to your previous damage,
Yes.
Wasn't
it's additive.
right. So my last one doesn't it?
You
Isn't
took-
the 20 my damage reduction or whatever?
No.
No.
Oh,
So you
so
used
I'm
up-
at
Those are actually
48
hit
now.
points.
Okay. Or no, 47 or something because it
Yeah.
was 19 before.
So what you look at, then you subtract from that the numbers in those columns, and that tells you where you are.
That's so fucked up. This is the weirdest thing. I don't.
No, it really
not.
isn't.
It's very confusing.
It's
You know
actually
what?
very similar to Vampire.
Actually, it is kind of confusing at once.
I
But the
don't-
thing is, one of
yeah.
those things where the switch is flipped and you get it, you just get it. But getting to that
Well,
point
it's just
is
weird.
just
Like I've
hard.
played so many systems where your hit points go down rather than keeping track of how much damage has been done. Like just
Right.
lower the hit points as you go.
Right.
So it's
but
just,
this has thresholds to make you less
right.
effective.
So if that makes sense. It's just like
So what's your total now?
so my total is 47, I think.
Okay.
So 19 plus 30, whatever you just said. So I'd be I'd be injured now.
Okay.
So I guess that's my question too. It's like if I'm hurt and hurt is 44, and then the next one is 52. Which one of those am I in? I'm in the greater of the two, right?
No, it's basically when you hit 44, you're at that 44 stage
Okay.
until you hit 52.
52.
Right.
Okay, got it. Okay, so then I'm not there. I'm at the next. I'm at the one less. So I'm hurt.
You're
I'm
hurt.
not injured.
You're
Okay.
plus 10 TN to everything.
Yeah.
That means you have to roll 10 higher to do anything,
Oh, good. That's awesome.
And you lose your +3.
and you
Oh
lost
yeah,
your plus
definitely. That's my plus 3. Okay, cool. Did we include my plus 3 in the damage I did?
It's only on the roll attack roll.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
only on the attack roll or trait roll.
Right. So that's good. All right.
And now it is Makiko's turn.
I'm gonna hit him in the face.
Did you get a good scar from the cloth?
Probably. I'll figure that out later.
All right.
I'm not gonna focus on the cool.
She's going to end up looking much harder after this if she survives. I see a 10.
A 10,
That's a 6.
6,
Eight.
Another 6.
9. Yeah, I don't know. I'll pick that 6.
Actually, there's a 7.
Oh, is that a 7? I'll take a
Yeah.
1. Yeah, yeah. See, these dice are lucky, but they
Are hard to read.
bullshit. Yeah. So,
So
8
15
and
is
7.
25 right now.
25. And an 8.
Nice.
That
33.
would
33.
Absolutely it.
Okay.
No, but remember she's plus 10 to her TN.
Oh!
43.
Yeah.
So everything's a plus 10 difficulty.
Right, that's right.
Oh.
So don't hit.
You don't hit.
And I know
'Cause you rolled a
Timmy,
23.
quit helping Jim.
No,
Right.
that's fair. That's a fair help. Like the mechanics stuff is fine. Don't
Giving
give
him ideas.
Giving him
that's what
ideas
we
is
can-
bullshit.
Mako!
I see that this Oni has taken a good chunk out of my friend, so I'm going to attack it again.
Okay.
Big money. No whammies.
You take some
I'm just trying to think whether I want to...
take some raises.
Yeah, I'll take a raise.
Okay.
We're going to do the Ferris Bueller. Hey, bada, 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 swing, bada, swing, bada, bada. He can't it, he
Only
can't
for
it, he
Stu.
can't it.
I suck. Oh, man, what a shitty roll. 15 plus 12. That is, 27.
30.
That will hit.
30. Oh, really? 30?
Because you have
30,
+3, right?
25.
No, I don't
is-
have my plus 3 because I already missed with my bow.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Oh,
Oh, but with your raise, you miss, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm being reminded that I should have. My armor should have reduced it by 5.
Yeah.
And I
We
forgot
did.
to do that.
Yeah, we did that.
This last time?
Yeah, both times. Yeah, we
Okay.
we amended it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I forgot that.
So yeah, I missed.
Ichiro.
I gave him all these sheets. Earth spells in them.
3, 4.
It's important to have.
They're saying I did it wrong. They're saying that I should be at 42, not 47 damage. Are you sure we did it this last time? I didn't do it in my math this
Originally, well, you maybe
30
you
damage,
didn't
and
hear
we
us,
reduced it
but
to
we told you
28.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and
okay,
put it
I
whatever
missed
they said it is.
Okay. Yeah. So they're saying it's 42 when I was thinking it's 47. So I'm
Okay.
just going to be like,
That's a 5-point difference. That's a
Hold
big
back
deal.
my arm.
oh yeah. Okay, it's fine.
Nice.
Lose 110.
6. So I've got 20. 3
And what are you casting?
to hit him.
Oh, that's just a hit.
Yeah.
You need 25.
Well, ain't that a bunch of shit?
Sorry.
Why I
I don't want to be a total dick, and I'm
I
sorry.
unfurl and I whip out my fire tendril, but a glancing blow
Right.
does that.
So I should have been at the 5, not at 10. So would I still have missed?
You would have hit with a 5. You
Well,
would've
I
hit.
fucked up the math. So
No, go ahead. Go ahead and roll your
you
damage.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like a jerk. I'm sorry.
That was you were rolling against to hit, right? Against armor TN to hit. Okay.
Because it's a physical attack at this point.
Got it.
Okay. So we're retconning. Sorry, guys. So 8 and 9 and 8. He's at 25.
25. Oh, it's Tetsubo.
Yeah.
I love it.
If it wasn't going to be close on this thing, I wouldn't have cared. But
Okay.
But every fucking point of damage counts on this
All
thing.
right.
Oh yeah.
Big money.
So now it's Takashi.
So void points, I can only spend how many void I have, right? So if you have a void of 2, you can only spend 2 void points that
Yes.
day or whatever, right?
Well,
so
until you replenish them.
Right. And you spent one last turn.
I did, so I'm going to spend one more. Do the same roll.
Okay.
Do the same thing.
This is the arrow again?
Yep.
Well, that's looking better already.
Yeah, it is. Well,
see a
so
0.
I see a 1.
Yeah, but you don't
So
have
where
to
are
worry
we?
about
Okay, let's reviewing again. It's 6 keep 4, but it's 7,
7 keep
5.
5. Yes.
So 10, 17,
that. 24, 30, 34.
And then re-roll the 0.
Yep. 35.
35.
He rolled a 1 just for everyone.
That will hit.
to see that.
But that
Just so
hits
everybody
even
knows.
with his called shot.
Yes.
So you hit him in the eye.
I hit him in the eye.
Yes.
Now, damage on this is a 1 keep 1?
One keep 1 plus the number of raises if you're using the raises for damage.
That was.
As rollers.
Yes, I was.
So
Well,
if you-
he's using it for location.
Called shot.
Which means I add some kind of effect because of
Okay.
the location he's
So still
using.
just 1 keep 1?
Yep.
1 keep 1.
10. 5.
5 eyeball
5.
damage.
Eyeball damage.
Damn it.
I see. You can't see. All right. Okay, there it is. Yeah.
It was just when it's right on my corner, it's hard for me to roll around it.
It's kind of a GURPS moment there.
Now I'm just trying to figure out what the effect is. Okay.
Sure.
Got it.
I get it. I'm bending the rules on you.
Does he have jade dust on his fingers or on the arrow
Probably not.
from his crafting?
I don't think so.
Just asking. Can't hurt to ask.
Okay, now it's the Oni's turn again.
Good thought.
The monkeys blessed us.
So he's now at
Those were
he's
jade
now at
monkeys
a
in the water.
TN. His TN penalty is now plus 15. So what is your TN armor TN to hit?
20.
So he needs to roll a 30.
30.
Oh, 30. Sorry.
30. So he needs to roll a 45 to hit you now.
Because I've
'Cause he's-
blinded him?
Which he has handily done.
He's blinded
Like
and he's
every
hurt.
single time,
And he's hurt
actually.
really bad.
Like, I think every time he's gone against me, he's rolled that at least. Yep, he's done it again. Yes, it's 9
I rolled-
and a 0.
I
and
rolled
an 8.
a 0, a 9, a 9, an 8, an 8, an 8, a 5, a 3.
Holy smokes, Stu!
Every time.
That's astonishing. And he gets to re-roll that 10, doesn't he?
Yup.
I didn't even do the math there, but that's 10, 20, 30. It's easily over 40.
The math says
So it's
enough.
Well, no, maybe not. 26 plus 9 is 35.
And you need 45.
I need 45, so I miss.
All right.
Oh no, I get
Re-roll
to
the
re-roll the 10.
Oh, yeah.
So I got a 35. So if I get another 0,
You're a winner.
then he hits.
And you can have a chicken dinner.
And it's a 0.
No!
Chicken
It is not!
It is big money!
Oh!
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Randomizers, they
So he got a 49.
Wow, wow.
Well, Kimmy, I tried.
That's cool.
I blinded it, everything.
Good, you did fine. Oh,
Well, there's a 0.
yeah, and there's a 9.
And there's a 9.
But you can't re-roll damage.
Yeah, you roll.
Yeah, you re-rolled it.
You rolled it, yeah.
Yeah.
With 10s?
10s
Sure.
explode on
And
damage.
it's
bet.
good, yeah.
You bet.
Yeah.
The only time they don't is if it's an unskilled roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's why I wasn't re-rolling. Okay.
Because he's just
So
unskilled.
Right.
At life.
Yes.
20,
Damn it. Damn it.
26,
Should have looked it up. Oh.
31,
What happened?
It's a simple action to defend somebody,
33.
Yes.
which basically just would have
33.
given you a plus 10 to your
33,
which I should have
okay.
done.
I have 5 damage reduction.
So that brings it to
So
28. Is that right? Yeah, 28.
Again.
28 plus what I've got. All right. 8, 9, 10.
Slowly beating Kimmy into the ground.
It's
man.
fine. I'm
Slowly.
tough. I can do it.
I think she might actually be in the ground at this point.
Not maybe no.
No, with an Earth of 4, she's got and heavy armor. She's got a real good.
Ooh,
she's the best equipped of us all to take
you
this
out?
threat.
Yeah, I'm out. No, not quite. I'm down.
Okay. She has to spend a void in order to act when you're
Right.
down.
Which I'm fucking gonna do.
And it is now Makiko's turn.
Yep.
You're plus 40 to your TN.
Yes.
So I don't know if an attack roll is the right.
So to hit him, you need a 65.
So like I think you should consider withdrawal.
No, I'm crap. I'm not gonna do that.
You can take defensive stance.
Yeah.
Is what you do, and you deflect any attacks coming to you.
You're full defenses.
So you stand there on the ground with one knee on the ground, and you take full defense. That will give you bonuses.
Well, now I don't want to do it just because you told me to.
It's an option.
Thanks.
Look. Consider
Oh,
I told
get
you to
it.
run
Thanks.
away.
I need everyone to not explain to me
No.
how to play my fucking
No,
character.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I told you to run away. He told you, don't run away. Just be defensive. His choice is better than mine.
Right, I
'cause you
get
hate
it,
me
but
more.
everybody's mansplaining, and I'm sort of
Notice I said dick and all.
That's not what I was doing at all.
I know you weren't.
I actually fully expected you to just stand your ground and keep on swinging.
That's sort of what I think she'd do.
Well,
I mean, I know mathematically it doesn't make any sense, but
It isn't futile as long as it, means something to her. She's just going to swing at this mother effer going down.
That's probably the most honorable death a crab can have.
yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. I think I would be like my number one concern though, rather than like dying honorably, is defending the spot. I don't want this lion to get at this.
Not only
place
that,
on the
but
ground.
you want to sell your life as dearly as possible. But I will say that the negative to the defense is a roll, and that roll defines how many pips you get to as a defense.
So-
but that minus 40 applies to that roll as well.
Yeah, I mean,
You brought it up, which is like it's a minor action to do a defensive move.
No, to do I can defend somebody else.
yeah, that's
Oh.
different. That's a different thing. That's why.
You can-
I mean, it's sort of that's
when
the
you
thing.
go full defense, you roll your defense plus reflexes, I believe, and then that number is added to your TN, is the way it works. But that minus 40 is to all her rolls.
Yeah, so there's not really. I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a whole world of
That's not
difference.
that helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like. Yeah,
You might get a
it's
bunch
sort of
of
6-1 happens.
you might
with
get a
the
bunch.
others.
You might get a bunch of zeros.
We're just
There
giving
you
you
go.
options.
You get
Wait,
65.
Does this say the expenditures of void on this sheet?
I'm
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there's something that you can do to shrug off damage. Reduce the amount of wounds suffered from the source of damage by 10. So you could actually spend a void to reduce the number of wounds you took last time by 10.
I'd do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. So that'll put me at crippled. So I'm at 20 then.
So now you're only at plus 20. Now you only need a 45.
So
Which
I'm
is
at
actually doable.
I just did it.
He just did it like
Yeah.
twice.
Wait, no. Wait, so that'd be. Yeah, so I'm at 60 now.
Crabs are tough.
Yeah, that's what they do. They are the wall.
I am built to stand and take a bunch of fucking beatings.
They are the tanks of this system.
All right.
The old rank 2 ability was totally sick, and that's how they would win Aijitsu duels. Because they would go,
Just
take the
stand
number of
there.
damage that you take, roll your earth. If you roll higher than that damage, you take no damage. So they would go, Aijitsu duel, strike, I absorb the damage, stab.
Well, oh no, you'd wait one.
Yeah,
so that
you'd
you
wait
could, You
one.
could sit there and like then do the called shot
Yeah.
with a bonus to hit.
Yes, with the bonus to hit and the extra damage.
Yes.
Yeah, there's not. At least I'm not seeing any real advantage to taking defense over
Well,
attacking
just
him.
plain defense is different than full defense. You
Yeah.
don't have to roll.
Yeah.
So if you do defense, you get your air ring
That's not
and your
helpful.
defense skill rank to your armor without any roll that includes the negative.
Yeah. The only thing is that if you have a bonus of a die for an attack for being on attack or another stance, you don't get that because you go into your defensive stance.
But you said I did get a bonus for for attacking, right?
Yes. If you're in attack stance, you get a 1 keep 0 die on your attack roll.
I should probably be doing that too.
The way it works, guys, is we have to declare our stance and then we have to do our stuff. So if you're in melee combat, always make sure you go.
One keep.
Declare your stance for
1 keep 0. So you roll an extra
An
die.
extra die. is why you shouldn't lose your character sheet that has all your fucking notes on it.
Right.
That's important. Yeah, I feel like she would keep attacking.
I'm with you.
And I'm going to take an attack stance.
Harumph.
Take an extra
Do
die
it.
this time.
Do it.
You spent a void?
It did, well, I spent a void already
You
to
didn't
reduce
have to.
damage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Never
That's
mind.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was a void expenditure last turn.
That was
when
last-
You took the damage. If you
yeah,
have
you
another
can-
void, you can spend another void on this attack.
Use them or lose them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to... I might need damage reduction.
Right, I was just going to say, you could save it to reduce it too.
Because,
So
That was a pretty handy.
Your TN to hit now is, what was your plus 20?
yeah.
So 45.
Come on.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
That's
There's
a
a
10.
10.
It counts.
The cat's in the way. I can't see.
There's another 9.
There's... Yeah. That's so close. And a 7 is my next biggest one? That's
Yeah.
not-
So, actually, that's not
Oh,
that bad.
wait, I keep 3, though. Shit.
No, you keep 4 because... Oh, you just spent a void.
Yeah,
You
I
just
spent a
3.
void.
So, roll that 10 and hope it's good.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to take all the bad ones away. So, it
So
doesn't
you've
get
got
corrupted.
20. You're at
Basically, 28.
28.
Yeah, 28.
Okay, you're at 28 right now.
6. All right.
So that's 34.
Woof.
But dang close, man.
Yeah.
Mako.
All right. As a simple action, I am going to defend her.
Okay,
So I'm going to give her a plus 10 to her TN to be hit.
got it.
I am no longer in attack stance, so I don't get my bonus die because of that, but that's cool. And so I'm just going to go ahead and attack the guy.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll spend my last void.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
He rolls a lot of dice.
Yeah.
But he doesn't roll a lot of dice well. I've
Yeah.
noticed.
This time.
I was going to talk to you about your rolling. It's not as fantastic as it should be, but that's much of a pool.
Well, it's 3 9s right there.
That's
so I feel.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I've had this discussion with Stu. It's
So you just need a 25.
Okay. So I'm
Gonna
doing
need you to come in on Saturday and work
6,
on
keep
your roll.
3.
Right.
I'm benching D10s. All right, come on, big money, big money. God, I suck. Look at all these low numbers. That sucks. And keeping 3
5
too.
is your biggest number.
Yeah, I know. 8.
5, 4, 3.
Damn.
So 12.
But it's got Jade.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that. So he sort of, you hit him, and he sort of falls to the ground, and he sort of starts smoldering and sort of shrinking and crumpling up, and turns into sort of a mist and a fiery, hairy mist, and disappears.
Very hairy mist. Ah, it
So
smells
there's
like burnt
nothing
cat
left?
fur.
Is nothing left?
Nothing is left but singed,
Ground.
well, melted snow and
Huh.
slush,
Cool.
steaming slush.
Well, my thought was I didn't know if there was a physical body left
No.
behind. It was smaller than the
Right.
nothing. I'll run forward,
Okay.
dispatch the fire death
Okay.
tentacle.
Good call.
All right.
Now's not the time to fuck with me.
Time to heal your wounds. Cauterize.
That'll make a fine scar.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna try and make a medicine roll.
Okay, sure. You don't have healing magic?
I'm not a water caster. I have been very explicit about this
Okay.
every time this comes up.
repeatedly. So 9, 17, 23, which is higher than a 15.
Oh, good.
Right. What does that
So
give her back?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up right now.
1.
It's it is. It's
terrible.
kind of it's like 3 or something.
Yeah, it's not. It's nothing. If he's not using the water magic, it's not as awesome as I remember.
I am true to the character that I made.
Right.
Hey, man, Earth Shugenja is awesome, especially in these kind of situations.
Where are all those skills?
137 is the skill I need.
All right. I have all my notes back. I should do better next time, guys. Sorry.
Medicine.
I also was up super late last night and thinking as
I know
well.
you had to. Do you want me to send you the program?
No. I have it saved somewhere.
You remove 1, keep 1 wounds.
Yeah, it is. It's lame.
Yeah.
I had this happen.
You know what? Fuck off!
I'm
Do you have any void? Because you
have
can
any
actually
void?
spend on that.
I
think.
will do that.
What's your void?
I'll spend 3 voids.
You can only spend
Woo!
1 void on a roll.
Oh, one per roll? That's a shame.
That is. That sucks.
10. I don't know if it
10.
helps.
You get 10
no,
back.
that helps. That's great. I'm very happy with that.
More importantly, I put my bow down and I walk up very quietly, or very, very purposefully, and I say, and I look her in the eye and say, "Are you okay?"
I draw a breath. I'm fine.
That's not what I mean. Do you have wounds? Are you okay?
Oh,
I kind of look down at my body that's like
right away.
bleeding as shit. Like, where's my I should have like some
No,
food.
I lock her. I lock her in the eye.
Yeah,
Make that earth roll, man.
You get a bonus for it because you're wearing jade,
I'm
though.
wearing a shit ton of fucking jade in my armor.
Let me find out. I got that in my notes. Hold on.
Okay, because it is a full set of jade armor.
Yeah. And your earth is off the chart,
Yeah, so
so
hopefully.
this shouldn't be a problem.
Don't say that. Knock on wood. God damn it.
God.
No
So
way
you-
could this go bad.
your
Use
normal-
Use your crane dice.
Your
What are you
normal,
doing?
I am
your normal TN would be 15,
uh,
but I think there's a modifier for that.
for the jade.
For wearing jade. I think.
Big money.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, don't let all this preparation go for naught.
If it's less than 4, then I'm set.
276.
Can I just roll Earth?
It's
believe
Earth.
so.
Yes.
Earth.
Earth.
Your earth.
Not that you would know if you're okay or not.
No, but we need to find out.
It's a
here or
dramatic
something.
moment,
Yay, and then we have to fight Oni no Kimi.
right? When we least expect it.
You're screwed.
That was a good Oni laugh. I
Yeah.
liked it.
But see, that's her secret. She's actually Noni all the time.
Not the whole time.
There's no mention of jade, but I know that's exactly what jade does. It's somewhere else in this frickin' book.
What's the
I have.
bonus
Funny
to
you
your
should mention
weapon?
that.
Well, no, it would be in the core book. It's got to be in the
Should
core
be.
book.
Maybe.
Should be. I hate that word. Should. Never
Well,
proactive.
why don't I roll
Okay.
while you guys look it up?
Yes.
Yeah, if you already make a 15 anyway.
If you make a
then-
15, it
All
doesn't
I got is
matter.
Jade Strike.
Oh, look at 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
9 and 8 and a 2.
You have resisted the
Call of the wild.
Shadowland taint. Okay.
We were doing so well till you laughed.
I know.
I kept my shit together this time.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Where's my new big wound?
I don't know. You have to tell me.
Oh, I feel like I should roll a dice and find
Okay.
out. All right,
You have to figure what the numbers mean.
Yeah. So
You want to do like
we'll
the.
do like the higher number. It goes like on my body is up high,
Right.
and then low numbers are
So
lower.
a 0 would be somewhere in the face.
on the
again.
head and the face. A 5. Oh, so like in the middle
Across
section.
the across the midsection.
Yeah.
Abdominal wounding.
So there's just like this giant scar
Yes.
right across
Like
this.
claw.
the
mark.
space
Yeah.
that he hadn't gotten to repair yet.
Probably a couple.
A couple. Yeah, nice. Yes.
The Freddy
There's
Krueger.
5
There you go.
to represent
Right.
the 5 lion's claws, and I'm gonna have to get like.
Oh,
gold.
fill them in with jade for each one each sword we get. That'd be kind of
This one's filled in with gold, so these ones can be filled in with jade.
There you go.
awesome.
That's gonna be fucking expensive, but worth it.
Yes.
She's already working out the costuming for her character.
Yes. Love this character so much. Okay. Yes. Badass.
Okay.
And I go, Makiko-san. Impressive.
Thank you. Would like a drink of water
I bring her some water.
and some sake. Like in a cartoon, like the bullet hole. I become Fountain Mikiko.
I pick her up and I take her to the holy water fountain
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
still going.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah. Give yourself another one. Keep one.
Thank you. Five again. Okay, good.
And I
Alright.
say, we need to get out of here. Because
What is
what's his name is still there. It's God damn it.
Damn it.
what is the fire doing? The little smoke of fire.
Yeah, right. Because we need to get out of here. Because Saito is
It's
still.
there's a little bit of smoke, but it's not nearly as much since you put the jade on it.
Okay. Then it's still going.
Suyo-san. Tsuyo's own.
Saito?
Isn't that Tsuyo?
S-E-I...
Tsuyo-san?
I'm going to default to
Oh.
you, yes.
I think so.
S-E-I-D-O.
That's okay.
So? Saito?
Oh, that's a different one. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, this one is the. No, this is that's the
This
right
is
one.
Saito.
Yeah, this is Sayudo. However
Saido.
you say it.
Saido.
Yeah, Sayudo.
We're arguing over pronunciation, yes?
Saido.
Yes?
And
But
none of us know how to actually do it, right?
Well, we
And
don't
then-
understand how to do it.
it's
but
a real
that's the
language,
demon, right?
though.
Yes,
Yes.
I understand. But
Stork doesn't speak that language.
no, but that is the demon that's here.
Yes.
However we pronounce it,
Yes.
we need to get out of here.
It may still be strong enough to be drawing in others.
It's actively trying to corrupt the spirits around it.
Do you, Shigenja, have the skill to stop it?
Anything I try is a bigger gamble than leaving it where it is now. If I ask the kami to help try and isolate it and it wins, now we have a whole font of corruption instead of...
Oh my god. It has to be in something, right? Like it can't. The kami's not just buried in the ground. I would know that because of my shadow lens. Like
Oni.
yeah, the oni. Sorry.
Well, it's probably the spirit of the Oni that's contained in something. Make a Shadowland roll.
Plus intelligence.
Sure. Do you have that?
Yeah. No, it's 2.
Shadowlands lore plus intelligence.
Do you have that, Crab?
I have Shadowlands.
Do you have intelligence?
Well, of course.
I have a bit. All right, I rolled pretty well. 8 and 6 because I keep 2 for intelligence.
Still not enough.
It's probably in the metal of the
Of
melted
the
sword.
sword.
It's probably still residing in the metal.
This is our punishment for not completing the task as our daimyo asked the first time. We should dig up the metal from the sword and return it to the keep before we move on. We cannot just leave it here buried and calling out to its brethren. It is probably the melted remains of the sword that are buried.
If it is calling out to its brethren, wherever we take it will be in great danger. So we need to choose wisely as to where we take it to.
Well, we know the keep has those who are able to melt it down, and then they will send it to Crablands.
Isn't that what was tried before?
Th-
Isn't it
this-
already melted down?
This is a different one. We just had a giant fucking bonfire.
Oh, okay.
This one was not the one that was handled by the knowledgeable.
And it left with a bunch of Kuni witch hunters.
Yeah.
And this is actually a lion temple. Ironically. Not a crab.
I don't even know if the Kuni are equipped to deal with it.
They know more than we.
Wouldn't we be exposing ourselves to a great amount of danger removing it from where it is?
Yes.
Don't we still have a mission to complete?
Yes.
Those are things that we need to keep in mind as well.
Yes.
Well, this was our first mission, and this means we did not complete that first mission.
There's two options. We wait here for it to call more, and we take them on as they come, or we leave it here in a weakened state, and hopefully we can head the others off at the pass.
Or we can dig it up and take it to the proper people who can dispose of it.
Here's an option. When we get to
We
the
just
next town,
listed 3 options.
yes, I'm going to add in a fourth. When we get to the next town, we send a runner back to the keep and have him send an army of Shigenja out here to deal with this. We aren't equipped to deal with this because we're moving light, we're moving fast, and we're running silent. We cannot dig this up and deal with it correctly. I think it would be an error to try to solve it haphazardly. This needs to be dealt with as a major arcane problem.
Very well. Go and find your runner, and I'm going to sit down.
Okay.
We'll have to wait till we get to the next town.
And I will stay here then and make sure that no one comes and releases it.
That is a noble thought.
You are gravely wounded. I will stay with you.
I'm the worst player ever. I'm going to make the party stay in one place at a camping trip for the next.
Right.
How far away is the next
It's not a week away. No.
It's a week for the runner to get back to the keep, and then for them to.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the next town.
Hold on.
Yes.
Are they back or front? Which one's closest?
They're probably both about equidistant.
Which is
8
hours?
like
10
about a
hours?
half hour.
An hour?
Half
hour?
day. No, half day.
I think I'm going to head back into Cranelands.
Okay.
Because if I head out into Cranelands, it's less chance of it. Yeah, so I'm going
Right.
to head back into Cranelands. Half day, I said I'll push the horse. Expect me back in 2 days.
Right.
You should go yourself to the keep and deliver the message.
How long will that take?
You've been gone like what 3 or 4 days?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
If I push the horse,
Actually, if you take a couple of horses and switch them
yeah, you
out.
could do that too.
what? Okay.
And then you could probably get there in 3 days, maybe.
That's just there, and back.
And then
a
back,
week. So
another-
It's a
another-
week basically. Round
Yeah,
trip.
basically a week.
It's a week round trip.
Cannot trust this information to any runner.
You know what? I agree with her.
Fair enough.
This is a clear and present danger. We should do at least something. If we don't handle it by our own, at least we need to make sure that somebody is informed to do it.
If I'm not back by the 7th day, continue on.
There's no guarantee we're going to be making it back
I'll
from the
catch
lands
up.
anyway.
Shigenja, you should accompany him.
She needs to stay. She needs healing. You need to stay here and keep an eye on this. If I'm not back by the 7th day, move on.
I think he'd move faster on his own.
Indeed.
If he is Haruma trained, especially, he'll move faster on his own.
But if he is killed, then the message will not get through. We should have at least 2 minds with the message that should be sent.
Very well then.
If
I
I'm
shall
not
accompany
back by
you.
the 7th day, send out the message in
The
another.
Shigenja should also not camp here.
Fair enough.
This is what happens when I try and be subtle.
He's the only one that can heal you, though.
He can't heal.
I will be fine.
He's the
You only get 1 medicine roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
per
I
day.
do my thing.
I don't think it's per day. I think it's 1. I think you get 1
Like
medicine roll.
forever?
Ever. Well, per like wound or combat. Yeah.
I have a
But
bush.
I'm gone for 6 days.
Well, and if she gets attacked again, he can make another roll.
Oh, it is per day.
Is
It's
it per day? Okay.
and
good.
she automatically gets a number of wounds equal to somewhere on there.
I'm
Earth
just
or
saying,
something, or-
I'm taking away the healer for a week.
That's okay.
Okay.
But the healer is the one that likes to talk to demon swords.
Yeah.
I get it.
He gets all
He's
chatty.
the reason we're hanging out in rubble.
Trying to balance out the pluses and minuses. I
This
mean,
would be a nice place to be if it wasn't for...
two of you with your jade weapons can take him down if you need to, but that's fine. I'll ride back with the one-armed Shigenja.
But you heal stamina times 2 plus insight rank per day naturally.
Okay. Oh, good. That's fine. Stamina's good.
Stamina times 2 plus insight rank. Which after this session, which will end now, you have 5 X. Everyone gets 5. No, everyone gets 8 XP.
Ooh. Plus 8. I'm going to make a mark. You can do it to it.
Before we leave, I would
Yeah.
like to bring up the idea that
I think we need to
this,
decide what's happening.
well, this lion Oni isn't gone.
No.
Like,
no, he just banished it temporarily.
Well, I would firmly believe that it's a projection from the sword. Maybe it takes some time before it can manifest again, but it could be back.
Indeed.
My fear is a week is a very long time to be waiting at the exact same place.
Well, we can't leave it to manifest itself with no one here.
It'll just run rampant on the countryside. Somebody has to stay and guard this place.
4 of us were here the last time it arrived, and one of us almost died.
Then I suggest you hurry.
She's
Because
not wrong.
We can't destroy it ourselves, and nor can we leave it here. I agree, it is fraught with peril, and
I know you only have one arm, but you can ride fast, yes?
not great.
Then try to keep up. Time is of the essence.
I'll try. I would assume that I am significantly slower than you on a horse.
We'll make sure that
That's probably the case, yes.
Yeah.
You got one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
And I
hand
have
and
no
no riding
Doesn't
skill
matter as much,
whatsoever.
though.
It actually doesn't. Once the horse is up and running,
Yeah, you can 100% ride. I mean, I would guess from his character that he's not a good rider. Actually, the one I'm saying actually has very little to do with how good of a rider you are.
Really?
Yeah.
Kimmy's actually spent time on a horse, but I've seen enough Clint Eastwood
Definitely.
movies where he's sitting back there with the one
You
arm.
can actually ride a horse without using your hands at all if the horse is trained properly. And you use leg cues for most of
okay.
it. So you push on one side.
I'm
and
just talking about staying on and staying
Yeah, you don't use your arms to balance.
for
Well, yeah, but to ride for
a
15
days
or-
long journey. That's what I'm thinking about. If he's like holding on with one hand the entire
I'm going to
time.
defer to Kimmy. She actually rode and raised horses.
Yeah,
so
I mean, there are times like I took trail rides for hours, like 12 hours at a time, and we get on and off. But the thing is, you sit in the saddle.
Right,
If
yeah,
you're
yeah.
holding on, then that's not how you ride a horse. Your character is very likely not a horseman, so that
No,
would be
yeah.
what would slow him
Right.
down more than having one.
I'm
on.
saying,
I just want to clarify the points.
I'm cool with people without a riding skill just getting on a horse and going down the road like on a normal little
Yeah.
truck. But if you're actually
yeah.
riding hard and you
but-
don't have a skill, then yeah, I think
But you are riding hard, and you're not gonna, and you're gonna push the horses.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I have the horseman skill. Let me see here.
Is a horse
I have hunting.
riding is riding is
Riding
the
is
skill.
a skill.
That means you can clean and dress a horse.
Right?
Animal handling?
I don't have that. So he and I will probably be about the same speed after all that talk. Is animal handling a thing? Really?
It's
Yeah,
a
of
merchant
course it
skill.
is.
Yeah. None of us have it.
Merchant skill, low skill.
Right? Why would we do
It's
that?
not a low skill.
Oh.
It's a merchant
The
skill.
thing is, being a trained rider is pretty much a unicorn thing. There are a lot of armies that do have cavalry units, but using horses in combat is not very
No,
common.
I get it. It's a unicorn thing. It's a cavalry thing.
Yeah, it's a cavalry thing.
There's only a couple of people that can do that well. The rest of us are just riding. Because let's face it, unless you're a Mongol, horses were kind of rare.
Let's look at it this way. In the
not
card
everybody had
game, there was one lion guy that had cavalry.
There you go.
One.
And Genghis Khan was very successful because he rode on the steppes on a bunch of ponies, and they had no idea how to do with that.
That amount of mobility, yeah.
And that many people.
Well, the fact
On
that,
horses.
The fact that we still use a lot of the tactics they use for our armored cavalry today,
Right.
it goes in how much they developed using that kind of speed in combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in Japan, didn't have a lot of horses. Very small island.
Any feedback?
Well, let's decide what is happening. Over
Right.
Like, let's resolve that.
Oh yeah.
My vote is he goes alone. That's basically my vote. I know you have your reservations, but that's where I'm at with it.
I am convinced that he would get there and back faster without me. But maybe if I go back to the last inn and wait, if you're uncomfortable with me being here, then I'm not going to hold him back for 3 more days of riding.
I'd rather have him here to dress your wounds. But, okay, game speaking, if he can't do anything more, that's it. He's
I can.
done.
No, he can't.
Every
He can.
day.
Every day. Every
Every
day
day.
can make a roll.
So
We will take watches then, and one of us will be awake at all times, looking at him and watching him.
By my honor, I will do so.
I will leave if you want. I just think
Let's just
we're
be
better
wary of
served by
him.
me being here.
I think we're justified in our wariness, but I think that this is probably the best plan.
Ironically, he's the only one that can heal.
My body will take care of itself.
You have proven that, but he can help.
Sorry.
I'll be back.
Trying to decide if she would actually let him heal her while they were here.
Right? Right? That's the tension. That's the setup. And it's actually really cool. Because, yeah, this is ground zero for his dishonor.
No.
And that's the thing, too, with you.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
to
see.
my
We'll
mind,
see
I'm
in a
like,
couple
this is
days.
ground zero for your dishonor. And it's
Yeah.
like, where do you go with that?
That's good part of tension.
So, but my character had no idea what happened in the past, so he's just going to follow orders, which is, I can take your healer away, or I can You can leave the healer here because you are obviously beat up. No fault of your own, and I'll come back with help. I'm going to leave it up to you. It's your call.
It is a group decision. So if everyone else believes he should be here, then
I do not believe that my opinion should carry as much weight as yours, since you have been involved with this far longer than I.
Well, I will say that we would be standing in a temple right now if it weren't for him.
By Shinsei. That is quite a dishonor.
He has proven himself in battle and has helped us in this one. I will leave that decision up to him, whether he thinks he is strong enough. Knowing that I will remove your head if I think it is necessary.
Of course. I feel
Like Pez.
There really needs
Next
to be
take.
a shade skill.
there's two of them. Next take.
Next take.
It's happening.
Next take. Oh God.
No, I feel that I can avoid the pitfalls that I was not able to surpass previously. I feel like it would be wiser for us to leave more of us here and able to deal with any other problems rather than leave you horribly misfigured and bleeding and him to watch a place that we were only able to barely defend with all four of us.
Let me ask you this. If you stay here for a week and the laughing skull of your dead Yojimbo is mocking you, what will your reaction be?
It would be no different than any other day.
I see you as an honorable man. You have fought for us. You have fought with us. You've touched Jade. You have cast Jade. All I can go with is what you have done. Your actions have spoken for themselves. This is a test.
And I can only spend the rest of my life redeeming my mistake.
Very well.
I understand that very well.
Do you have a small sliver of jade, Smith?
Yes, I do. I will leave the box here for you.
I'm going to take out like a very small, like little tiny thing. And I'm going to put it, like, take a little hole in it and put it on a leather strap. Have Dave put it around his neck.
I will wear it.
Suppository.
Hopefully this whole area is somewhat tainted so that slowly it becomes tainted because it's tiny and then I die. But we'll find out next time.
We'll find out
Yes.
next time.
Very well.
It could be a stork just comes back to a whole bunch of dead bodies.
Kimmy tied a little sliver of jade, one of the scrap pieces of jade, onto a necklace and tied it around Dave's neck. And I'm going to leave to get reinforcements.
Okay.
Very well, Shigenja.
All right.
Hope on the honor of your brother that you are strong enough to handle this.
That's all I can do.
All right.
Now we're done?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now
Excellent.
it's just like,
Now we
and
can.
now
Now,
we're
just so you guys know, we're going to fast forward.
okay.
I would hope so.
No.
No, we're not going to
Oh,
do
no.
that.
We're role playing out a week at camp.
Unless people have plans, Dave.
I always have plans.
Yes.
It's
Now
whether
just
I
see
act on
me
them or
sitting,
not.
both of them just like, and
Yeah.
just watching.
I realize like I made like the most boring choice, but I feel like it's
Microphone
oh.
turned again. It's turned.
Oh, yeah, I feel like I realized I made like the most boring choice, but she 100% would never leave
Oh, no.
that segment.
Yeah, I
Okay.
get that.
No,
I totally
no,
get
yeah.
that.
Especially when she realized it was like this is like this because we didn't follow the original orders. And that's my fault.
I actually, forgive me, I was a little offended with the mansplaining thing because I think we were all trying to give suggestions on
Okay.
things to do.
Oh, I was.
And I hate that being thrown at my face.
Okay.
It wasn't me trying to talk down. I don't think any of us were. We were all just trying to give perhaps possible suggestions because it is tricky. There's a lot of different options at the time.
Right.
Yeah, and
Totally.
none of us are really fully versed in the combat system in this
Completely.
edition.
Right. I think the key is like.
Don't jump on people all at once.
Or
Because I think we were all like,
or
"Blah, blah, blah."
like it's fine if I'm like confused on the mathematics of
Yeah.
something, which I was so really backwards on that today. But suggesting what I do with my character is different than clarifying mechanics.
And
Understood.
I would like to be on record as saying that is not what I was trying to do.
No, I get
was
it.
trying
It's
to
cool.
actually explain some of the options
appreciate
because
that.
I had forgotten that there are moves and maneuvers and such.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I was trying to kill a character.
Yeah, I know. That's always what I just expect from you. Because that's how I define your DMing, Stu,
And
is
actually-
murder hobo DMing.
I really appreciate that you tried to murder the character with the Earth of 4, which is great.
Right. Very helpful.
And it got damn close.
Got pretty close, actually, yeah, 100%. It would have been
You
better.
got down there. Got
Yeah.
down,
No, I got down.
Got
to-
down into the sweet meat.
Yeah, super, super close. I was sitting there going, all right, what am I?
Here it's
We need a
happening.
courtier next. That's what we need.
Grab courtier.
I
Yazuki-
find that the best way to tally your damage is to basically just run a running tally of the damage that you have.
Yeah.
Just add it all up as you go and then just match it.
And
to
to
a
compare it to the. Yeah,
Don't use the
compare
little
to the cost.
boxes. Just add it up in a whole little thing. This
That's
is
what
the
I
damage
started
took.
doing
Where
on
am
the
I?
side because
Yeah.
I was trying to use the boxes and it was just sort of.
Because the way I always did it is I'd put like 20 and then I'd put 8, 8, 8, 8, 8,
Yeah.
8, 8.
See, that's what made more
But
sense.
that actually makes it harder than what you did.
Yeah.
What you did is actually smarter.
Yeah, it just took me a little while because, like, I don't know, for some reason, it was just really difficult
Like I
for me to
said,
get my
something
head
about
around.
that system is somewhat counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but once you really get what the point is, it clicks in your head.
Well, yeah, once you realize that you're
Yeah.
becoming less effective the more hurt you are.
Yeah,
That's one thing I really like about the damage.
Yeah, it makes sense once you get it. It's just, and it's one of those things where I haven't actually taken damage since we played 4th edition 4
Right.
years ago.
Right.
Whatever that was.
Yeah, so it was.
Well, you're playing as Shugenja, so you're like, I'm back here
Yes.
throwing
Now you
No,
took
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
Yeah. There, come go.
Keep track of how much damage you have. We will do the 6
Okay.
medical rolls and healing rolls.
Cool.
If I'm
And I
allowed
also want to
do
remind
so.
you, Stu, I actually do have a karmic tie to somebody at this table.
Oh, that's right.
That
I
we
totally
still
forgot
have to
about that.
establish.
Okay, all right.
Now, the thing is, the karmic tie won't come into play until I try to defend all of them at one point.
Right.
Because, so basically, what I would love to happen is that you keep in your head what you want to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to try to defend somebody at some point, and then you could say, well, you get an extra die on that.
Okay, all right, got it. Okay.
He's going to forget.
I
'Cause
will-
I forgot. You forgot. We all forgot.
Well, I'll remind him every time I try to defend
That's a
Yes.
That's a cool backstory thing.
But you
When
never
we pick up
actually.
into play.
We don't know if it would have been Kimmy's character because he didn't have a chance to attack,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't
That
know
makes
what to do.
sense. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. All right,
Cool.
so we're done.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yay!
And we'll
it was
see
super
you
fun.
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And next week is the beginning of Bloodblade and Tusk and the actual game itself.
Very
Not
exciting.
character generation.
All right. Bye.
Let me play the thing.
Oh, you already played a thing.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.
Why problem make when you no problem have you don't want to make?